are live. I know I'm starting a few minutes early. I just want to make sure that everything is good to go. Let's just go ahead and post that on the Twitter. Okay, just check the chat. Hello there, Dragon Rider. How you doing tonight? Hello, We Are Pro Wrestling. What's up? Doing great. Okay, now immediately right off the bat, you may notice that I'm in a different surrounding. It's one of the reasons I had to schedule this thing for later in the night because I had a bunch of chores and errands and stuff to run today. And the last thing I had to do today was to stop by my sister and my brother-in-law's place and watch their cats. I am cat sitting right now, so I'm actually at my sister and brother-in-law's place. They were gracious enough to let me stay here while I watch their cats. So if you notice like a bunch of Spider-Man stuff, you notice a few little Spider-Man knickknacks over there. And actually, that picture right there with Venom and Spider-Man right at the end of the couch, I gave my sister that. I actually, there's a signature from Stan Lee on there that I got at AwesomeCon last year. And I gave that to my sister for her birthday. And you'll also notice the glass case full of Sailor Moon figures. If you need any indication that this is my sister's place, just look for anything Sailor Moon because she is nuts about Sailor Moon. Like, to her, like, Sailor Moon is what Thundercats or, like, He-Man was for me. So, yeah, and I'm fairly certain I've given her a good number of these things. Like the Funko Pop over there, I know I gave that to her. And a few of those other figurines up there on the top shelf, I know I gave to her. So the surroundings look different. That's why I'm actually not in my regular place. But yeah, thank you. Yes, yeah, getting compliments on the Bullet Club shirt. That's nice. Okay, is this on the network? Yes, it's on the network. You're gonna go to shows, and then you're gonna go to Volt. And then under there should be a Clash of Champions and a Saturday Night's Main Event. And the shows I'm going to be doing for Clash of Champions, it'll be in 1988. It'll be the second one, I believe, what is that, June of 1988. And for Saturday Night's Main Event, it'll be 1985. It'll be the third one in 1985, the latest one. It'll be the last one of 1985. Sorry, just clicking around, making sure we're all good to go here. Thank you. Yeah. Best room ever. Yeah, my sister will love to hear you say that. My shirt is too sweet. Yes, it is, Dragon Rider. Did you know that NXT will be in Baltimore area next month? I did not know that. Thanks for telling me. I might check them out. I was not aware of that. I'm very bad at that, like keeping track of when the WWE or other wrestling promotions are going to be in town and where I'd be able to see them. So yeah, thanks for me. I might check out NXT. I'd love to see them live. Okay. So it's not quite 8:30 yet, so I'm just stalling for time. One quick thing I do want to say, I know I said that the next WrestleMania MVP, LVP video was going to be out at the end of this week on Friday. That did not happen because of scheduling difficulties. I kind of got blasted this week, but I've got plenty of time to knock out the final 5 parts this month before we get to WrestleMania, so I'm not worried about getting those done. So those are kind of, I'm still in a position where those are somewhat lower priority to get done because I've got a month to get those 5 done, and they're quick and they're easy, so it shouldn't be too problematic. But that one should be up sometime next week, and we should be able to go from there. Also, my next What Went Wrong is going to be coming out the week after next. I have that one scheduled for. So for those of you who like the first What Went Wrong video, second one's going to be coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that. And we also have Fastlane happening tomorrow night, and I've watched the New Japan 46th anniversary show, and tomorrow sometime I want to watch Ring of Honor the 16th anniversary, and then once Fastlane is done, I'll review all 3 shows and give my overall impressions of them. Glad the stream is happening at nighttime. Yeah, typically the best time for me to do these things is during the morning. I know that's not convenient for a lot of people, but for me, morning time works best, especially on Saturdays, because I've got like a bunch of other shit to do. And during the weekend, it works. So there's really is like Saturday mornings really is the best time for me to do these things. But today it kind of worked out in a way where I had to go to my parents' house and help them with stuff. And now my night kind of got freed up because I had to come over here and watch over my sister's cats. So yeah, we're getting a nighttime stream this week. I just tweeted you the info of NXT in Baltimore. Yes, thank you, Dragon Rider. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. That's cool. Okay. All right, so I'll pose this question to you guys. Some of you have been in the stream, or were in both streams that I did the first 2 weeks. And some of you, there are some familiar faces here for the 3rd week. How are you all liking the stream so far? And has it made you, if you've never seen Saturday Night's Main Event before, if you've never seen Clash of Champions before, has it made you interested in checking those shows out? And or if you were familiar with them, has it kind of reinvigorated like any kind of nostalgic love for those shows? Okay. Oh, I should also note that I am watching the cats. They are outdoor cats. They're outside right now. But I may get up to go check on them, and they may come inside. They may not. It's really up to them. So if a cat hops in my lap in the middle of the video, if I get up and walk outside in the middle of this thing, that's why. Okay. Loving the streams. It's really fun to watch shows with you and interact with you in real time. Thanks for doing them. All right. Much appreciated. Oh, good. Want to see them all again at some point. Okay. I missed last week, but I've been enjoying these. Thank you, Celtic Berg. Welcome back. Did I say Berg? Celtic Bird. Welcome back. Okay. I've watched some of the clashes, but not Saturday Night's Main Event. Careful not to let Natalia come over and steal the cats. I mean, they are adorable cats. They really are. Shadow is who's the all-black cat. He's very affectionate, and Gary is a bit more of a loner, but if you sit on a couch, he'll immediately jump on your lap. So they're really sweet cats, and they're not, you know, they've never scratched me. They've never given me any problems. They're really sweet, nice cats. FT Legend, I never really watched the shows because they were before my time, but I like to go back and see the people who paved the way, and I also like how you interact with comments. Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. So, all right, we're past that time, so I think we can just go ahead and get started. So, basic introduction to this week's shows. We're going to start with Clash of Champions 2. Is that an Eli Manning plushie on the shelf? Yes, it is, right next to Spider-Man. Yes, that is an Eli Manning plushie. I think my sister got that. She went to a Giants game last year, and I think she got it there. All right, so quick introduction here. This week we'll be covering Clash of Champions 2, Miami Mayhem, and Saturday Night's Main Event 3, the final Saturday Night's Main Event of 1985. Neither show is that huge. I don't think any of the shows have, like, among the more legendary matches in the history of both events. What they do have something in common, which I think is very fascinating. The main event of Clash of Champions 2 is Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard teaming up against a superstar tag team pairing of Sting and Dusty Rhodes. And then in Saturday Night's Main Event, the big feature match, not necessarily the closer, because as I've talked about the formatting of Saturday Night's Main Event before, how the main event isn't necessarily the last match, but the feature match of that show is Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant teaming up against King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd, which would help to set up Bundy versus Hogan at WrestleMania 2 and also serve as kind of a background to ultimately set up Hogan Andre at WrestleMania 3. So we got some big like main event level tag matches on these shows, if nothing else, even if you don't have any of the more legendary bouts in the history of both events. But with that said, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to read the intro. We're going to start with Clash of Champions 2. I'm going to go ahead and read the intro, plus press play, and then we'll get started. Okay. Clash of Champions 2, Miami Mayhem features the NWA Tag Team Champions Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus Sting and Dusty Rhodes. This is going to be a very interesting one. Really looking forward to watching this again. Last week's rewatching the first Clash of Champions last week was a huge delight for me because I love that Sting Flair match. I think it's fantastic, and it was just pure delight all the way for me. So getting to relive that was great, and I'm glad you all were here to watch. But all right, let's go ahead and get started. Watch now.
Senior family, I'll be hosting the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards for the second year in a row, and you're all coming with me.
What the hell is this?
Here we go.
When host John Cena brings his entire family to the Kids' Choice Awards,
oh my God!
It can happen. Saturday, March 24th, only on Nickelodeon. Bark.
Oh my God! I'm so glad I don't watch Nickelodeon anymore. I don't know if you all heard that, but they advertised that Cena's going to be hosting the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and they basically had him stand in for his whole family, a la Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor, and it was borderline terrifying. FT Legend, no, we're going to be watching 2. That should be in June 1988. Why is it that I hear Cena's theme song and I instantly think John Cena sucks? Because that's how you should. Hello, JR.
Champions Miami Mayhem. I'm Jim Ross coming to you live from the James L. Knight Center here in Miami, Florida for tonight.
Team Nick was the best with Drake and Josh. That's yeah, Fernando Estrada. That's Drake and Josh is a little after my time. Weren't they basically white Keenan and Kel? Is that what Drake and Josh were?
The star of the new situation comedy that will be debuting this October and learning the ropes. There's Francis Crockett of the National Wrestling Alliance, General Bruce MacArthur, assistant to the president of the Works Corporation, and involved, of course, in the ownership of the Chicago Blackhawks. All the stars are here, the wrestling stars, the officials, great promoters from around the country have ascended on Miami, Florida, in this tremendous event that you are seeing live here on the Superstation. Our next limousine will hold 2 of the fine promoters here in the NWA. Stepping out, there's Gary Jester and also Elliot Murnick. Great wrestling promoters, great wrestling fans. Ladies and gentlemen, the action will be tremendous here tonight. Let's get ready for Miami Mayhem.
All right, let's go. Miami Mayhem. Looks like Miami Vice a little bit. There's the big gold belt. Still looks great. It's amazing how perfect they got it. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the big gold belt and you look at the Winged Eagle belt for the WWF and you just go, that's a championship belt. That's the way it should look. And I don't know if part of that is because I just grew up with it and that's just my vision of what the belt should look like, but I mean, there's never been as world title belts that look as good as those. Look how young JR is, right? Yeah, I hope to see you there at NXT too, man. Miami Mayhem sounds like a movie The Rock would star in, right? This feels so 80s. Yeah, that's a good thing, though. The 80s were great. Like, I love the 80s.
In West Palm Beach, and it's going to have a great
There's Shivani.
On July 10th. And also, we're going to be talking to a number of special guests, and as we say, it's going to be
special guests.
Our event
You know, I really shouldn't make fun of the way people talk because I don't talk that great sometimes. So.
Our next match will be for the U.S. Tag Team title. The Fantastics, the champions against the Sheep Herders.
The Sheep Herders, okay. This will be interesting. Now, for those of you who are not aware, the Sheep Herders were the Bushwhackers before they became the Bushwhackers. And you may have this image of the Bushwhackers as these cute, lovable comedy characters. Smart marks hate them because they're comedy characters. Yeah, the Sheep Herders are violent monsters. And, like, I've seen footage of them prior to going to WWF, and it's like a completely different team. I love, like, the Sheep Herders. And it's so great to go back and watch different parts of people's career. It's like how different they were. So it's like you look at them in the WWE, it's like, oh, they were just comedy guys. But then you look at them in other places, like, oh no, they were brawling brutes.
The challenger. He hails from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 228 3/4.
Bushwhackers sound like pornography. Yeah. How's the weather down there? It's cold and a little windy, but we're not getting any snow, which I'm good with that. 80s metal. Yes, I love 80s metal. NXT live shows are extremely fun. Went to one in 2016. Fresno, the one in Austin got a. Whoa, wow. Holy shit, Brad Armstrong looks like Kenny Omega. Or does Kenny Omega look like Brad Armstrong? Do the Rainmaker pose? I can't make the camera go back, but you get the idea. Okay.
Clash of the Champions is brought to you by Hanes. Even tough guys like a little extra comfort underneath. It's not just underwear, it's Hanes.
I will say this, Hanes, even today, they still make really good underwear. I'm just saying, they're comfy.
We are at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, live for the Clash of the Champions. This match is for the U.S. Heavyweight title. Barry Windham against Brad Armstrong.
Here we go. This is an NWA match. This is right. You know, not a lot of the flash and entertainment that you would expect in WWE, but it's just two really good workers that have, like, their own different type of charisma. Like Barry Windham, you respected him because of how, like, good he was. And he was kind of a natural babyface, at least at this point in his career. And Brad Armstrong, kind of the same thing. It's just two really, really good workers.
Well, that was a beautiful quick arm drag takedown by Brad Armstrong. And again, that just brings up the point of how quick he is and how he can really get around that quickness.
Wyndham back in off, getting on the referee, warning Brad Armstrong. And the thing about the Horseman is, and we've always known this, they will work on your mind as much as anything else. Again, as the leader of the Horseman, James J. Dillon.
I'm sorry, Barry Windham was with the Horseman at this point. Okay, so he's the heel.
The U.S. heavyweight title is one thing, but if there was ever a man who really fit the mold of the Horseman, you wouldn't have thought it.
And I'll say this for Barry Windham. I think when he joined the Horseman, that was the best version of the group. Teddy Long is the ref. Yeah, second week in a row. Hey, look, wrestlers need Hanes underwear, man. Brad Armstrong was Road Dogg's relative. Yeah, they were brothers, correct? If I'm not mistaken. NWA wrestling. Yeah, more stock music. Yeah, we got to cut out those theme musics. God forbid we pay royalties to people. Nice. Armstrong with the headlock takedown. The 80s for wrestling was such a great time because it had like and even the NWA, like, it had one foot in the sports entertainment bucket or pool, but still was grounded in, like, sport-like wrestling. So you kind of got the best of both worlds. And even WWF, with all the celebrities and all the glitz and glamour that they were doing, you still had, at the end of the day, it still mattered who was in the ring, why they were in the ring, who won and lost, and that type of stuff. So the 80s was a very fun time for wrestling. Nowadays, it just feels like it doesn't matter who wins. People are just here to have a good time. They're here to be entertained. They're either here to get pretty moves, hear promos, or entrances. That's all that's all fans are there for anymore, it seems. But, you know. I heard that WWE had to pay Metallica $1 million for the Enter Sandman and One Night Stand. I'm not sure if that's true though. They were willing then, but not when they have more money. I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Crazy concept. Does anybody look at the crowd of an NWA show and think, I wonder, like, you see the women in the crowd and you just think, I wonder if they were rats? I'm like, are they legitimate fans or were they rats? I don't know.
Right now, the whole window and Teddy Long really having some words as Barry Windham uses that old horseman psychology right on the referee also. He is really taking his time using his pace of the match.
You know, with the yellow trunks on, Barry Windham kind of looks like an out of shape Hulk Hogan. not out of shape, but like a significantly skinnier and less muscular Hulk Hogan.
He's done everything I think that he intended to do up to this point against the champion, knowing what a task he had before him. It was not going to be an easy task. Armstrong was aware of that, but I'm sure that he felt like he could get in the ring, get it going in the pace that he wanted it to go, and that's very, very important, and that's what he's trying to do in the match now.
As far as Armstrong is concerned, he has to adapt to anything at all here as far as Barry Windham is concerned. If Barry wants to slow it down, Armstrong did not take advantage of the situation. You knew Barry Windham would sooner or later.
Don't turn your head on one of the horsemen.
Sorry, I'm setting up a date, guys. This is super important.
Picks him up, slams him hard. Windham, all 260 plus pounds. Left with a right hand. And Armstrong is
It's also great. You can tell who the heel is and who the face is. That's like the other part of it. That's this old wrestling that just works.
Let me get you up high in the air and comes with that power slam. Boy, you have been slammed, and Armstrong was. But look how quickly Armstrong came back. Well-conditioned athlete. He's ready for it.
concern right there from the leader of the Horseman, James J. Dillon, about that right hand with that black glove.
More likely than not, they were rats, and even more likely than not, they were horseman rats. Fair enough. Probably true. So like a mini Hogan, Hogan like Gilbert. Yeah, like a Hogan Gilbert. Tony Schiavone was underrated. I like Schiavone as a commentator. He would say stupid things once in a while, like every night was the greatest night in the history of our sport, and the Yate! It's the Yate! But overall, I thought he was a solid commentator. I thought he was pretty good. He kind of gets a bum rap. I wonder if that's like the WCW stink that causes that. JR sounds so different, not as refined in WWF. No, and he didn't have like the JR-isms yet, like the it's gonna be a slobber knocker. Man, that match was bowling shoe ugly. Schiavone, yeah, he was pretty much there he went to WWF briefly in like 89, 90, and then from then on he was pretty much in WCW all the way through. Brad Armstrong's got a headlock on.
Put his shoulder to the mat for that quick two. Just a second away from having a new champion.
Just 1 second, guys. 1 second away from having a new champ.
Some very special, very, very special guests here tonight. And also a big contract signing concerning July 10th in the Great American Bash in Baltimore at the Baltimore Arena.
Ooh.
That's going to have a great impact on Baltimore, as you say on the 10th.
I want to go to the Great American Bash in Baltimore. Oh, wait. I can't. Show already happened 20 years ago. 30 years ago. Jesus.
July 6th, the Great American Bash will be right there.
There's Wyndham. Brad Armstrong takes him down. Leapfrog. And, oh, caught him. Body slam by Armstrong. And an arm drag by Armstrong. Armstrong with an arm drag. I've got 1,004 holds. Arm drag. Arm bar. Fujiwara. Arm bar.
He worked it well once too often. He fired on him that time. And right now, Armstrong's in trouble. He's hurt. On the mat.
Tony going to spoil any results? Not on this show. Did you see what Tommaso Ciampa did on this week's NXT? Yes, I did. I actually just watched it this morning. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. Yeah, that was really good. It's like, we are getting that match WrestleMania weekend. I am so confident we are getting that match, even though they haven't made it official yet. I even heard at the spoilers leading into WrestleMania, they never made the match official to the live audience. I'm like, no, we're getting that match. There's no way we're not getting that match. To think 1,004 holds is 20 years old this year. I know, right? It's that to me was the moment, like the Jericho's whole bit and his feud with Malenko. That was where Jericho came to life for me. I was like, okay, this guy's got something. And he's only grown and evolved from there. And here we are, 2018. I would say Jericho's got the match of the year so far with Alpha versus Omega. So Jericho, obviously a great long-term investment. You know what happens when you imitate Chris Jericho? You just made the list! Yeah, the awesome list. Because what's wrong with imitating Jericho? He's great. Yeah, it's the 1,004 holds is one of Jericho's all-time best promos. I agree. Figure 4 leg lock. Apparently, Ric Flair's been teaching Wyndham some things since he joined the Horsemen. Who's the one pickup you'd love to see the Giants get in the offseason? I'm not sure. Who's going into free agency that would be worth picking up? Because really, we need a stronger O-line. That's our main concern, but I don't know if there's anybody that good out there. I think Andrade versus Gargano is match of the year so far, but Alpha versus Omega is easily top 3. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. How many people used the figure 4 hold in the 80s? A ton of people, and Armstrong just reversed it, but it got flipped back. A ton of people used it. I think Tino used it, Flair, Valentine, Brett used it. Right now, Barry Windham's using it right now. It's a hold that got used a lot. Oh, J.J. Dillon's cheating. He's cheating. Referee, you're blind. What's wrong with you? Oh, okay. Cheating fuck. Nobody likes that shit. I love marking out for this shit. It's great. What are your thoughts on the North American Championship? Do you think NXT can have an effective mid-card championship? That's going to be a little tough, especially since the UK Championship has kind of become their mid-card championship. That might be overextending themselves a little bit. Have you thought about making a fantasy football draft video? Not really, because I don't think I'm going to have time, and B, the draft is I have an annual tradition with my friends where we go out and drink and then watch the draft. So it's like if I were going to do a draft video, it would be of that, like us drinking and then riffing and MST3King the whole draft. I think I saw WWE's Facebook spoiled that Gargano Ciampa is happening. Good. It should be happening. Give it a chance, guys. Reigns versus Brock is yet to happen. Don't be giving out match of the years this early. No, I've said so far Alpha Omega is match of the year. And so far Gargano Andrade is match of the year. So far. And that's what I would say. And I highly doubt that Roman Brock is going to be up to that class, but you never know. Figure 4 80s equals super kick of the 2010s. That's probably true. All right. Barry Windham flips Brad Armstrong back in. This is a good match. I like this. This is a perfect, like, opener. Like, not too good, but good and solid throughout. And just warms up the crowd and starts off hot. Barry Windham's climbing the top rope. Misses the elbow. Remember when WCW made top rope moves punishable by disqualification? That was stupid. And Brad Armstrong making that comeback. Boom! Drop kick. Shot to the gut. Knee lift. Do you think Barkley, do you want Barkley for the Giants? At this point, anybody that can contribute in a positive manner, I'll take them. I saw the tweet you put out about Odell. I can see you starting off laughing and turning into face painting and sighing in disappointment. Yeah, it's just, that's Odell. I mean, that's what we got with this guy. That's just what he is. I miss Amani Toomer. That's all I can say. I miss Amani Toomer. That guy, never a problem, kept his mouth shut, never any behavior issues. Oh, Wyndham just won with the Iron Claw. When was the last time someone won with an Iron Claw?
Successfully defends that United States heavyweight title, and it was one great event.
Okay, Wyndham's still the champion, and he wins it with an Iron Claw.
This is the second time now that Armstrong had crawled up. You can watch it again in slow motion, fans.
Very nice. Okay, he countered a top rope. Yeah, yeah.
There it is, the claw hold. The U.S. champion is still Barry Windham. And when we come back, fans, our special guest and a very
okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to check on the cats, see if they want to come in. All right. Okay, no sign of them. I'm assuming they're okay. Tama should use the Iron Claw, yeah. Wasn't it Tensai? Did Tensai use the Iron Claw? I don't even remember. Like, Tensai is one of those things. Oh, here come the Fantastics. Or who is it? No, that's the Rock and Roll Express. The Rock and Roll Express are out there to horrible stock music. Because sure. Wait, he was using the Von Erich grip as a finish? Yes, he was. You missed it while you were away. One of those figures moved. Why does Tiki Barber get so much hate? Because the last season he was in New York, he spoke to the media about how bad the coaching was and was a bit of a locker room cancer the last year. And then he abruptly announced his retirement mid-season and he caused some problems. And then when he started as a reporter, he made some comments about Eli, about how like him giving speeches in the huddle was comical and all this other stuff about how Eli wasn't a leader. And then the next season they won a Super Bowl without him. So who's not the leader? Ricky Morton was a hell of a bump taker back in the day. Yes, he was.
On Baltimore on July 10th. Since you were there, let's you all of the fans what took place. Let's now watch that. Okay, let's go to the tape. The Great American Bash in 1988 will be held all across the United States on July 10th in Baltimore at the Baltimore Arena. The event billed as the ultimate confrontation. Ric Flair, NWA World Heavyweight Title defense against the Total Package Lex Luger. This is truly the most important signing in the history of the NWA. The contract signing for this event will be held here in West Palm, Florida, aboard the 123-foot yacht Blackhawk, owned by the Wirtz Corporation, owners of the Chicago Blackhawks of the National Hockey League. This luxurious yacht has...
Do you also miss Kurt Warner, or are you happy with Manning? I'm happy with Manning. We won 2 Super Bowls with him. And even this season, you know, the team was terrible, but I don't think it was Eli's fault. I mean... when you have a game where all your receivers get hurt and the play calling from the coaches is terrible and you've got guys on defense who are acting like idiots and various other problems, it's like Eli's not going to fix that. I mean, I do think it's time to start winding down with Eli, but I've overall been happy with him. I think he's the best quarterback the Giants have ever had. Is it just me or is Jeff Jarrett's strut more pleasing to the eye than Flair's? It's a bit more theatrical and more, in my opinion, more fun to imitate. Personally. All right. Contract signing on a boat. They're on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget.
We're here today for the official signing of the most important match that I've ever signed. July the 10th, Baltimore, Maryland. Ric Flair will win the World's Heavyweight Championship against Lex Luger. Gentlemen, if I could get you
Sexy Lexi. God, Luger looks so young here. I mean, this was 30 years ago, so, you know. But. And, you know, Luger and Flair, it's so funny because I've said it before, Hogan and Flair had almost no chemistry when working together. Their matches were not that good. But Luger and Flair, they had great matches with each other, and you wouldn't expect them to be that great. But Luger and Flair, I thought they had a really, really good matches with each other.
Showcase events such as this. The display of finally who he is. Finest wrestler, professional wrestling today. It's been a long time coming.
Wasn't the Jeff Jarrett strut the Fargo strut? Yes, it was. I've heard that. That's where he initially got it. Just wait to the Nitro match with Hogan and Luger. That's one of the best moments in Nitro history, where Luger beat Hogan for the title in '97. Contract signings on a boat. No wonder Crockett basically went bankrupt. I mean, if you don't have the money to do this type of thing, although this looks cooler than just doing it in the arena in the middle of the ring like WWE does all the time. Flair is the embodiment of a world champion, just the way he carries himself. I agree. Yeah. I've said it before. Of the four horsemen, Arn Anderson was my favorite worker of the bunch. But Flair needed to be the top guy because it was all about the personality and how he carried himself. That's you believe that he was a world champion. Have you ever seen the video of Luger running away from Bruiser Brody when Brody stopped selling? Yes, I have. That is weird. That is a weird-ass match. All right, next up is the Fantastics versus the Sheep Herders, the pre-Bushwhackers. Is it a coincidence that Monday Nitro sounds like Monday Night Raw? Probably not, if I had to guess.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clash of Champions Miami Mayhem. I'm Jim Ross back outside here.
Why they got JR backstage, like being a glorified like valet, welcoming people to the show? It just really sucks that Luger had that big moment on Nitro and basically did nothing for the rest of his run. Well, sometimes those are the breaks. It does suck, but sometimes that happens.
The Baltimore Arena on Sunday, July the 10th. Nature Boy Ric Flair defends the World Championship against the Total Package Lex Luger.
True Horsemen women, Bobby Roode, Charlotte, Tessa Blanchard, and the Revival, and Cody. That would be an awesome, like, speaking of the Devils, here are the four horsemen right now. There's Flair.
There's a lot of promoters in there waiting to talk with you. And I'd like to have just a couple of words. We just saw here on television.
Yep, there's Arn, there's Tully.
July 10th, Baltimore Arena. What's going through your mind looking at a man like Lex Luger that can make wrestling history on that day?
What's going through my mind is Miami, Florida. This is the National Wrestling Alliance. This is the big.
See, this is the Ric Flair I like. That hair, the George Washington hair, just looks amazing.
The World Tag Team Champions do what they do.
They left poor old JR out in the rain. Yeah, they did.
And keep in mind, it's one.
Hello, Retro Kid 64. Welcome to the stream.
It's an honor to be one of the four horsemen. And Lex Luger, if you're watching this, pal, remember, diamonds are forever, and so are the four horsemen. So
diamonds are forever, and so are the four horsemen. That's a great line. And I'm a Bond fan, so I appreciate that. Here's a question for you guys. James Bond, do you like the movies more or the books more? I've read both. Well, I've read the books and I've watched the movies. I don't read the movies, but
ladies and gentlemen,
Tully is kind of talked about the least. Yeah, and I thought Tully was a really good worker. Very solid hand. Are you hyped for Pacific Rip Uprising? I want to be, but it does not look good. Like, the trailers look awful. The Sheep Herders! I'm allergic to books, so I got to go with the movies. Movies, FT Legend, neither. Fernando Estrada movies. Yeah, I do recommend the books, though. The original Ian Fleming books, they are pretty good. Underrated feud with Magnum TA. The match they had at Starrcade 85 is fantastic. Awesome stuff.
Okay, there it is.
Probably the best match in Starrcade history.
It's about set to go, but we have just heard, ladies and gentlemen, that at this time, Lex Luger's limousine is just about pulling up here at the Night Center.
Uh-oh, Luger's coming, you guys. Now, everybody's coming to the arena, but special announcement, super important, Shawn Michaels has left the building.
For the heavyweight championship of the world on Sunday, July 10th, the biggest match of his career. He's here along with the president of the NWA, Mr. Jim Crockett.
How long did JR have to stand out there and just do these, like, shoots? Just welcoming limos.
History on Sunday, July the 10th at the Baltimore Arena.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Flair and Luger are fighting.
Get some help out here.
The Horsemen just jumped. They just jumped Luger. Get some help, my God. They're beating him like a government mule. This is actually a nice touch, too, because there's a reason for the camera to be back there because they've been shooting this stuff presumably all night long. So it makes sense for there to be a camera there, and this actually looks good. Oh, Luger's busted. Did you know that Adam Cole, baby, was a big James Bond fan? Lots of people are big James Bond fans, but yeah, it's like, you know, well, I mean, Adam Cole's awesome, so. Let's go to commercial break while somebody's getting murdered and jumped out in the parking lot. My God. FT Legend, do you remember when someone used to pull up in limousines every week on Raw? Yeah, every week. That was a regular occurrence. Fernando Estrada, NWA with Lucha Underground cinematography. Kinda, yeah. I mean, that looked good. I thought. They're beating the fuck out of Luger. Yeah, they are. Beating him like a government mule. What are they doing? Now we're back to the match. I love watching old backstage segments when everyone didn't have to have bodies face the camera and turn their heads to the side awkwardly to talk. Yeah, that's one of the weird things about the way they produce their segments, WWE. It's that, like, no one stands and talks to each other like that. But look at the way they stand, their posture, and they're, like, standing facing the camera with their head, like, awkwardly turned to get the full view and frame. I know that's why they're doing it, but it looks so unnatural and not like how anyone would stand and talk to each other.
As you say, we got Mayhem in that ring. Here's the Fantastics and the Sheep Herders. The Fantastics.
Yeah, now you got the pretty young baby faces versus the ugly, brawling, violent heels. There's a Road Warriors fan. Luger's selling is hilarious. How big would Ryback have been in the 80s? I don't know. He probably would have fit in better back then, but I don't know if he would have eclipsed like anyone like Warrior or Hogan or anyone like that.
match of the champions. Down goes Bobby Fulton. Tommy Rogers wants to get in.
Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. That's like both of those names just scream white meat. Just pure white meat babyface.
He's taken a lot of punishment. They've double teamed him at every opportunity. They've had him outside of the ring. They hurt him, and they hurt him bad. He needs a tag now to try to get to that corner to get one, but that's his problem. Hands on what is one of the biggest nights in the NWA, certainly with the contract signing that we saw, but then the attack by the Horseman. Certainly premeditated. Just a few moments ago, we have to be thinking about Lex Luger, his condition, and in the ring, certainly an exciting tag team event.
I tell you what that proves to me is that Ric Flair was certainly worried about Lex Luger. He wasn't going to leave anything to chance. He's trying to cover all of his bases right there, Tony, and that's what provoked the attack on Lex Luger.
It's weird. They are Luke and Butch. They are dressed like the Bushwhackers almost, except they're wearing red shirts instead of black. But they do like look like the Bushwhackers. So it's weird to see the Bushwhackers as heels. Bray Wyatt versus Jake Roberts in the 80s. That would have been cool. We need Luger's generic Biddle theme. Yeah. Crazy to think, out of all those Nexus guys, Heath Slater is the last one standing in WWE. Not really. It's not that surprising because he pretty much pigeonholed himself as the jobber guy that loses everybody but can sell like a motherfucker. So that's a valuable position. I mean, Barry Horowitz made a career out of that. Which of today's stars do you think would have fit in the 80s? Bobby Roode, without a doubt. Bray Wyatt would have fit, and he would have been a bigger star because they wouldn't have booked him like shit. I think Braun Strowman would have fit in the 80s. I think AJ Styles and I think those guys like AJ Styles and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens could have fit. They probably would have been presented differently, but they would have. I think they would have fit, despite being smaller. Instead of licking people's heads, the sheep herders would rather bite them, right? Jake Roberts versus CM Punk would have been interesting. Well, I think Raven versus Punk in ROH is kind of like an indicator of what that would have been like. Shockmaster versus Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania. I'd pay to see that. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That would be like that would be like the room of pro wrestling matches. The Revival would have fit like a glove in the NWA. Absolutely. They were tailor-made to be in the NWA. Could you imagine the Revival working with the Rock and Roll Express or the Fantastics like this? Or like, last week's show, there was Wyndham and Luger as a tag team. Could you imagine them all like working together? Ducks the clothesline. Slides underneath. Drop kick. And the Fantastics have cleared the ring. Authors of Pain would probably be a good fit in the 80s. I've never seen The Room, but a friend of mine describes it to me as it gets everything wrong. Yes, it gets everything wrong, and in doing so, it's all right, because it's just amazingly terrible. Revival versus Anderson and Tully. That would be good. My only thing is that they're so similar. I don't know, if they can work with each other as well. I'm the type of guy that's I like different styles to clash with each other. I've seen it. It's amazing. I got it for Christmas late last year. Yeah, The Room. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like something that was made by aliens. I can't even appropriately describe it. Also, if you like The Room, I highly recommend checking out The Disaster Artist. Specifically the book. The movie's good, but the book is like on a whole nother level. And the audio book is amazing. The Revival versus the Rockers. Yes, that would have been great. Tell you what, Luke and Butch, they're good heels. They brawl, they cut off the faces at the right time, they let the faces look good, look good at the right time. They're good heels.
Just as Rogers was trying to get over to make the tag, and you just have to put it if the she herders can injure you, if they can hurt you, well, they feel like they've accomplished what they set out to do when they got into the ring. They're gonna maul you. They're gonna try to knock you down, beat you down, knock you around the ring, and handle you any way they can.
We are live with you from the James L. Knight Center in Miami.
Revival versus Hart Foundation. Yes, that would be incredible too. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi. Sheep Herders got the tag.
I don't want to belabor the point, but I really got it in my mind. I'm just really concerned about Luger, and I'm really anxious to know just what happened here, how bad he really is, Tony.
Right into the knee, maybe one too many times.
10 minutes. I think that's longer than most Bushwhacker match. Although they did have like a 15-minute match against the Beverly Brothers at Royal Rumble 92. And I'm like, how the hell did they get that much time? Oh, missed him. Hot tag. Here we go. Snapmare. Where's the dog pile spot you love so much? I know, it's amazing. There are these good tag matches, but there are no dog pile spots. Where are they? We need dog pile spots. Cesaro and Rusev in the 80s, they would have fit. I think they would have been a good match. This match is way too fucking long. This is longer than I would have expected out of a Bushwhacker match, but I think it's been good so far. I'm fine with it. Thank you for the compliments, Retro Kid. I appreciate it. We need an N64 Mini. I don't think it will ever happen because the N64 was like an alien piece of technology that is like, it's such a mess. Like turning it into a Mini that you can hook up to an HDMI would be like too complicated. I don't think there's any way Nintendo could do it that would be cost effective. Where did the term hot tag come from anyway? I think it came from commentary. Like, I don't know who specifically, but I remember hearing it on commentary a lot during tag matches. Shoulder tackle goes down. Mario 64 is a great game. Super Mario 64 on N64 is a really, really good game, and like one of the best like introductory titles to a system ever, because that like the N64 was such a radically different system to the Super Nintendo that they needed a really strong title to start off with, and I thought Super Mario 64 was a great, great game. Bobby Fulton takes them both down. Crossbody. 2. No. The referee, dude, get the illegal men out of there. Teddy, what are you doing, man? Half of those pins shouldn't even count. What is your favorite wrestling game? The THQ Aki games on N64 with close number 2 are the Day of Reckoning games on GameCube. I think those games are fantastic. I like wrestling games at their finest. So, WCW versus NWO The World, or World Tour, WCW NWO Revenge, WWF WrestleMania 2000, WWF No Mercy 64, which everyone says is the best, and Day of Reckonings 1 and 2 on GameCube. Those are the best wrestling games. Yeah, there's a lot of really good N64 games. GoldenEye was like, I remember when GoldenEye was like the ultimate party game. SmackDown, shut your mouth. Yeah, the SmackDown games I was never that big a fan of because they were very like arcadey, and like the wrestler. I hate to say this, the wrestlers like didn't sell as well when you hit moves on them, and that was the thing I liked about the N64 games and the Day of Reckoning games is that the wrestlers would actually sell, and like the stuff you would do to them would have like long-term impact throughout the match. Yeah, I know a lot of people like the SmackDown games, but they were never my cup of tea. They were very like, they were very much like fighting games in a wrestling. Not quite, but they had like, oh, sheep herders are cheating. Just hit him with the belt. What do you think of current wrestling games? I don't play them. I honestly have not played a wrestling game since Raw vs. SmackDown 2005 on PS2. That was the last wrestling game I played. I have not played any wrestling games since. See, I played Raw vs. SmackDown 2005. I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. Have you ever heard of WWE Crush Hour? Yes, I have. Is that the car game where they blow shit up? That is like the weirdest fucking game ever. Fire Pro Wrestling Returns is a great one. I've never played those. I've heard everyone tells me like the Fire Pro games are great. I've never played them. It's like, motherfucker, referee, you're missing everything.
Williams covers him. Fulton is irate, rightfully so. And Rogers down, Teddy Long unable to make a count, running Fulton back. But you see, he's in the ropes. Teeth first.
Well, I could have saved Fulton right there because they were in the ropes and he had a leg underneath them.
Back body drop. Sheep herders are in firm control.
Looks like he's almost unable to defend himself.
Two county got out of, speaking of the business, what about not a 2-on-1 or a 3 below?
God, he was like tearing at his mouth. That looked weird. Crush Hour is the game where we saw the Japanese shampoo commercial Edge and Booker T fought over. Seriously? Is that where it happened? What's WWF Betrayal? I have no idea what that is. Anybody want to fill in, Fernando, what's WWF Betrayal? I have no idea what that is. Oh, is that the GameCube game where, like, you pick The Rock and you play, like, a side-scroller game and you save Stephanie McMahon from being kidnapped or some shit? Is that game? Because that sounds stupid.
I'm sure that a lot of wrestlers feel like it's
Oh!
that's where their lines against the sheepherder if they really accomplish something. These two are they're maulers. They don't want to roughhouse you. They want to beat you. The time as you mentioned, they want to beat you down. They want to stop you and they want to hurt you.
Come on, Tommy. That looked like an STO almost.
Trying to get to the corner. He's got the ropes. Can he make it?
Okay, yeah, that's what WWF Betrayal is. Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that game. I remember thinking, he's like, wow, this sounds stupid. Now, the wildest wrestling game I've ever played was WrestleMania 19 on GameCube. Because the one-player mode, you don't have matches, but you go to shopping malls and you murder security guards. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is so weird.
Rogers was out of pure instinct on Tommy Rogers. And that's what he's fighting on.
This match is still good. Yeah, this is a long match, surprisingly, but it's a good match. I think it's a good basic tag match. I'm enjoying it. Come on, Tommy, get back in it, man. You know what, Tommy, we need here? We need the Green Ranger. Go, Green Ranger, go. Oh, missed with the chair shot. God damn, the crowd's going crazy. Come on, Tommy. The atmosphere of 80s shows, it's like there's no comparison. And Fulton's back in it. All right. Fantastic's back in the game. Can you please make a top 10 wrestling games list? I might at some point. The only problem is, like I said, I haven't played wrestling games in so long that I don't even know if it would be. And the Fantastics just won. Or, no. I missed the finish. Damn it. Okay, the Fantastics won. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the chat log. I missed the finish. I haven't played a WWF game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. That's when I think games started to go downhill, probably. I've heard they've been bad. My first wrestling game was WrestleMania, the arcade game. Now, that was a weird-ass game. Yep, roll up for the 3. All right, that was a good match. I enjoyed that. Too bad I turned my head and missed the finish, but oh well. Dude, the old Power Rangers music is on my workout playlist. I play it when I lift weights. It's awesome. Did you see the Power Rangers movie from last year? I did not. I had no interest in seeing it because it just looked like everything else that comes out nowadays. If I were making a Power Rangers movie, I would make it look cheap as fuck. I would deliberately film my own Sentai footage and make it look different from the teenage footage that's intercut with it. Basically, I would just make the show and make a feature-length version of the show. And, you know, that's what I would do. How was the TNA game for PS3? I never played it. I thought that was going to be a time limit draw. It was getting close. It was getting close to a time limit draw, I think. WWE 2K18 is only all right. Creation is great, but the wrestling is all right. Okay. Rita was a bloodthirsty psychopath in the movie last year. It was ridiculous. The TNA game sucked. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You guys better gear up. Because I guarantee you when Lex comes back, he's going to be one fired up man.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Gotta check on the cats. By the way, Dr. Death is looking spiffy in that
match will be locked in a steel cage. We're ready for this tag team event, fans. Let's go to the ring.
How you doing, Gary? I'm not sure if y'all heard me, but Dr. Death looks spiffy in that suit he was wearing, that white suit. Oh, hello. Hi, Gary. How you doing? One of the cats came in. Do you want to get on camera, Gary? No, I guess not. Could you review a WCW 2000 pay-per-view? Do you hate me? Why would you make me want to watch a 2000 WWE pay-per-view or WCW pay-per-view? I might. At some point. We'll see. The cats are trying to one-up Alexa. Not really. They're kind of avoiding me. I'm sure, I guarantee you pro wrestling has never been on this TV before, and the cats are freaked out by it. They're like, what is this? This isn't what my owner usually watches. Here's some shitty stock music again. Is that Missy Hyatt? There's the Garvins. Rugged Ronnie Garvin. God, this stock music is so bad. Oh my God. WWE, you monsters.
The varsity club first from the University of
Rick Steiner and Mike Rotunda, the Varsity Club.
He is the NWA World Television Champion, Mike Rotundo.
WCW in the year 2000 is something I want to watch so badly, but I don't want to ruin all the stories I've heard about it. It's pretty bad. Not to say that everything they did was bad, but it gets pretty bad. I will say this, though. It is funny bad. I will say that. It is kind of funny in how bad it is. Something on a pole match. Yes, a lot of pole matches. Maybe they won't put the original music in because Vincey doesn't want people watching the WCW and see how good it was. No, I think it's just he doesn't want to pay money because he does it to his own show too. So, is Alexa still unplugged from your last stream? No, Alexa has been plugged back in. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Okay, Precious. Oh, yeah, she's the one that strangled Kevin Sullivan last week with a coat hanger. Fun times. Was 2000 WCW better or worse than 2009 guest host WWE Raw? Better. I would say better, yes. Yes, WCW in 2000 was better.
But we all witnessed the Lex Luger. 5 men against 1. What a brutal attack. We do know that Lex Luger has been rushed to the hospital. I plan on being in contact with the hospital in just a few moments. Hopefully to have a report for you before we go off the air here on the Superstation. 2 points. The Horsemen were laughing, a lot of glee, a lot of happiness of what they had done. And somebody said as they walked through the door, our plan worked. Quite obviously, it was a premeditated attack on the 4 Horsemen. Ric Flair doesn't want...
God damn son of a bitch!
July 10th. Let's go now to the videotape and see exactly what transpired. He has the opportunity to make wrestling history on Sunday, July the 10th at the Baltimore Arena. Let's go.
It's another recap, guys.
Hey, come on.
Nice to know that it's nice to know that WWE borrowed something from the old NWA and WCW. It's like, oh hey, recap shit. Why are bad people in wrestling always named Vince? I don't know. It's a good question. Have you heard that Fox is willing to put WWE on their channel and have it be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Monday nights? I would be down for that so much because A, it shortens it to 2 hours, and B, it ends at 10 instead of 11, so I get to go to bed earlier too. So it's all the good things. Like, yeah, no, that would be great. Eastern time? I assume Eastern time.
We gotta get out of this. Let's go to a break. Let's go to a break.
The Clash of the Champions. And Kevin Sullivan is in a shark cage. And no RoboCop in sight. So I think he's going to stay there. Cat on a pole match. I don't want to put these cats on a pole. They're nice cats. I haven't watched Fox since The Simpsons were on there when I wasn't allowed to watch. At least I think that was on Fox. Yeah, The Simpsons was on Fox. It's still on Fox. Simpsons never ended. It's still going. Pole on a pole match. Poleception. Why is Sullivan in the cage and not Precious? I mean, come on, keep it fair. She should be in a cage, too. I'm siding with the heels here. This is unfair. Live stream on a pole match. That'd be interesting to pull that off. Al Bundy. Should I sit on the couch like Al Bundy? Just kind of like, just be like that. Yeah, just the Al Bundy way of like sitting on a couch. Vince Russo on a pole match. How many crazy pole matches can we come up with in the stream tonight? Your cats are nicer than my cats. I have a fat, stupid idiot named Herbert. Cats are different. Like, cats are weird. Like, no two cats act alike. It's the weirdest thing.
Great background in amateur wrestling. Can't take anything away from the Germans, though.
It's so weird seeing Kevin Sullivan because he was kind of like the spooky, kind of like cult leader type of guy, and wearing like the creepy robe and everything. And his tag team that he's managing are the two like amateur wrestling college guys. I mean, it would be like Paul Bearer managing Team Angle. Patrick on a pole match. I don't go on polls anymore. That was part of my youth that I've gotten over that. I don't do that anymore.
The last time that man was here, Precious, he took a line to commit. I'm not an animal, don't have me this cage.
I tell you what, Tony, that's how I'm doing. I'm excited just to see the whole situation.
Good move by Rotunda. Fireman's carry.
That's a fireman's carry right there, Tony.
Great move. And Rotunda smiling while backing up to the corner. And you know, as mad as gorgeous Julie Garrett is, as much as he would like to be to get out of the cage, and beat the games master.
St. Patrick's Day. Yes, St. Patrick's Day is next weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, like, now the good news is my company gives me my birthday off as a free holiday. So, and my birthday's on that Tuesday, the next Tuesday. So I get the 17th, the 18th, and the 20th off. So I just said, fuck it, I'll take PTO on Monday and just give myself a 4-day weekend. So as far as the stream goes, it'll happen sometime that weekend for sure. Maybe not Saturday because it's St. Patrick's Day, but you will get a stream next weekend during one of those 4 days, I promise. Oh, the San Francisco 49ers match? That was interesting. That was different. Shark cage on a pole match. That would be wildly impractical.
I'll show you. He is telling Precious, we can hear him right there. He told her, come here, I'll show you what it is. She's looking right at it. I have no idea what's going through her mind. But Sullivan,
I'll get to enjoy SmackDown on my birthday. I don't think I'll be watching SmackDown on my birthday. I don't think that's going to happen.
and a switch is made. There you see the games master lifting her screen. And she is easy to run over there.
Precious, don't go over there. Come on. It's like that scene in Spaceballs with Princess Vespa and Dark Helmet disguised as her dad. Daddy, is that really you? It is, my darling. I guarantee it. Would I lie? You know, it's like, come on, it's just a bad idea. Don't go over there. Okay, you're 14 years old and you know everything about WCW 2000 and stuff before you were born. Well, I mean, nowadays you have a huge advantage because of the internet being what it is. You have access to so much material that I didn't have access to at the time. We had to do a lot of tape trading and reading magazines and just word of mouth. But with the internet the way it is, you can get access to pretty much anything. Have you heard that Vince has no plans for Braun Strowman at WrestleMania? That's bullshit. But I mean, he's the hottest guy on your show, and you have no plan for him. That's bullshit. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's bullshit if it is. Come on, Rugged Ronnie.
She has the key. She has the key right in her hand. The key to the cage. So now we know Sullivan. As they work on Ronnie Garvin in the ring, he wants her to unlock the cage. She has the ability. She has the key to unlock the cage. That's one of the reasons he wants her over there.
Why doesn't she just throw the key away? And like, if she has the key, I mean, I would just throw it away. Throw any kind of chance outside of, you know.
Every time she makes her way closer to that man, Jimmy Garvin takes his attention away from the match and pulls it up. That does not help Money Guy anymore because he's had a pretty hard match in the ring against these two men.
It's hard for Jimmy to keep his head on this match while Precious is over there looking over at the table.
Triple H and Stephanie versus Kurt and Rousey might be main eventing WrestleMania. I would be very surprised if that closed. Has wrestling ever gotten too real for you? What do you mean by too real? Like, I guess you could say like the Eddie in Hell storyline. I was like, that's a bit over the top, and it's like, look, he's not even cold in the ground yet. Can we not be doing this, please? That was in poor taste. Well, right now the IC title match is a three-way. It's Seth, Miz, and Finn Balor. So are they going to add a ladder and like 4 other people to it? Dropkick.
Well, we have seen a lot so far, and still more to come. The Garvin battle against the Varsity Club. We have seen here tonight. Lex Luger.
I never thought I would say this, but I like the Bushwhackers match more than this one. I like the earlier tag match more than this one. This one is kind of, I don't know, it's not really clicking. I think the manager drama just isn't. That's really not clicking for me, so I think it's kind of throwing the whole match off. Do you think that the Eddie is in Hell storyline is most tasteless ever? It might be. It's up there. What would you think if Cena wins the belt on Sunday and makes it a triple threat? I would tell WWE to go fuck themselves. They're not going to do it. They're going to keep with AJ and Nakamura, but if they do that, fuck them. I'm tired of multi-man matches that are just a spot fest. They've gotten old. I think it's just old hat. They all look the same, and there's no story. It's just, hey, let's just throw a bunch of bodies out there and have a match. What about Katie Vick? Katie Vick was pretty bad, too. That one was pretty tasteless. The rumor is that the IC title match will be a 5-way with Elias and Strowman thrown in. Sure, why not? Why not? Like, let's just pile on the bodies. Is there something wrong with singles matches? Is there something wrong with having one-on-one for a mid-card title? Is that like a problem? Keep the belt on AJ and then turn the show off after AJ Nakamura. Maybe. Sounds like a good plan. Strowman in a ladder match sounds hilarious. Like, would he even need a ladder? Can he just, like, reach up and grab the belt? WWE wants you to get everyone on the card. Yeah, because it works so great at WrestleMania 2000. Also, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal helps with that. So why, like, create all these, like, multi-man matches when you have a fucking annual Battle Royal? Who in the current roster do you think is capable of being as over as Daniel Bryan was in 2013, 2014? I have no idea, because Daniel Bryan was kind of an accident in how over he got. So I don't know. Like, you never know how that stuff happens. And Rotunda choking Garvin in the corner with what was that, a shirt? Or was that like the ring rope or something? Tag rope. It's weird seeing Rick Steiner not teaming with Scott. That's weird to see. Do you think they should split Mania into 2 days? Yeah, I mean, I would rather have WrestleMania be 2 days than to have it be 7 fucking hours on one day. I mean, just do a 2-day thing. I mean, I'd be okay with it. Speaking of Mania weekend, do you think they'll finger poke of Doom, Kenny versus Cody? I doubt it. No, I don't think they will. No, I think too much is riding on that match. Was it Rick or Scott Steiner that had the match with Goldberg you liked? That would be Scott Steiner. It was Fall Brawl 2000. They had an awesome match. Goldberg versus Steiner. Check that one out. Oh, Garvin headbutted Rick. That shouldn't have worked. Sami Zayn versus CM Punk is my dream WrestleMania main event. It's like, well, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, though. Ronda does not feel like a big star in the WWE. It's been kind of anticlimactic. I think it's been fine so far, except when she talks. Like, that's the problem. She still needs to learn how to, like, Precious, what the hell are you doing, you idiot? Garvin's just won. What the hell? And now Kevin Sullivan is strangling Precious. And Dr. Death comes out of nowhere for the rescue. I like Shayna Baszler in NXT way more than Ronda on Raw. Shayna's doing all right on NXT. She's doing fine. My dream WrestleMania main event, Savage versus Shawn. That would have been cool. Savage and Shawn did have matches in '92. Oh, Precious. She's not happy with the Garvins. Oh, no. Did people in the 80s know WWE was scripted? I mean, I always knew. Like, my parents always told me that wrestling was fake. So, you know, Kurt can't really make her look good with how beat up he's been over the years. Kurt Angle has not looked good the last few times I've seen him. Okay, that last tag match, I was not a huge fan of it. The angles they did were a little confusing. The match itself wasn't that interesting. And the Bushwhackers match that came before it was actually significantly better. Shayna versus Rousey or Asuka versus Rousey? Well, we may get both. Assuming if Rousey's able to do well in WWE, we're probably going to get both of those. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
We are thinking about Lex Luger this time, wondering about his condition. He is signed.
Gary!
It's your boy Ric Flair, Lex Luger for the World Heavyweight title, July 10th in Baltimore.
I talk about being
Hey,
signed.
oh, you
Logan
spot?
asked for it, they signed
Hey,
it.
how
We're
you
talking
doing?
about a Skywalker match right here, Tony.
A scaffold match, high above the ring, 20 feet in the air. You can go back and remember what has happened to the Road Warriors by the hands of the Powers of Pain. It was in January in Greensboro, the Coliseum. You remember that?
They tried to put the Road Warriors on action there, and also in Tallahassee, I remember that.
Not only did they try to put Road Warrior Animal out of action in Greensboro, but in Tallahassee, Florida, on the back of Road Warrior Hawk, trying to put him out. They feel right now they have destroyed the Road Warriors. That's what Paul Jones and his men think. Well, the Road Warriors have asked for the match. They had the match. During the Great American Bash, it has been signed. It's the scaffold. The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors against the Powers of Hell.
What a summer it's going to be. You talked about the scaffold match. We talked about Luger and Ric Flair. What about the Tower of Doom now? This thing that the devious mind of Kevin Sullivan is.
And what has Kevin Sullivan come up with now? The Tower of Doom. And for weeks he told us about the Tower of Doom, about the construction of the Tower of Doom. We need to take a look at exactly what
Skywalker match, Luke or Anakin? Hopefully Luke, because that's the better one. The Tower of Doom.
They start from the top. 2 ladders will carry 2 teams, 5 men each.
That looks like the Tower of Doom. It looks like a castle from Mario Brothers. Oh, kind of, sort of.
For 10 seconds, the tower, the trapdoors.
Stop saying it's scripted. You're exposed to business. Goddamn motherfucker. You're exposed to business. Slap the piss out of you, you son of a bitch. How dare you call it fake? How dare you use that goddamn motherfucking F word? Fuck. Fuck! How dare you? Expose the business.
We got a parchment right here. I don't know where Kevin dug this up.
The Tower of Doom, you mean the most overused spot in multi-man matches? Yeah.
There's a parchment, Tony, of the original Tower of Doom.
I guess only Games Master Kevin Sullivan.
Savage and DDP made me a fan of American wrestling. That's a good thing to start with, because Savage and DDP, their shit was awesome. They did some really good stuff with each other.
Absolutely. So there it is.
And that looks like a treasure map almost.
On July 10th, the Tower of Doom for the Great American Bash.
And the Great American Bash, and what a summer it's going to be, Tony.
What a summer it's going to be.
This also feels super gimmicky. Like they're like, we're doing the Tower of Doom, and we're doing a Skywalker's match. Please watch us. Coming up, main event time. Arn and Tully defend the titles against Dusty Rhodes and Sting. That'll be our main event. HBK versus Taker was my first match ever. Which one? I'm assuming you mean the Hell in a Cell, but it could be. They've had several matches. Why do I feel like I'm the only person that liked Power and Glory? I love Power and Glory. I thought Power and Glory had a ton of potential as a team. I thought they worked great with each other. It's just, I think Roma had an attitude, and that caused their push to get derailed. But I thought Power and Glory was great. Oh, we've got one more match before the main event. Al Perez. Gary Hart. There's a classic manager you don't hear about very often.
Hails from the Soviet Union.
Nikita Koloff. I must break you. The Russian Nightmare is getting cheers in America. In the South. Okay. In the 80s. Okay, maybe the Bible Belt is more accepting than people give them credit. Well, this wouldn't be the Bible Belt. This would be Florida, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they're a little bit looser down there. Powerplex was an awesome tag team finisher. I agree. That was a great tag finisher. I'm surprised it never got, like, reappropriated. Hell in a Cell was your first Taker HBK match, okay? Was he the long-lost Hart brother? Maybe. I'm watching WWF from 97, 98, and the production is wonderful. Yeah, the production was great because it looked polished, but not overboard. It wasn't overly produced like it is today, where everything looks everything today looks overproduced to the point that it looks sterile. Back then, it still had that like kind of raw, organic look to it. And I guess the comparison I would make would be look at the original Star Wars trilogy and then look at the prequels. And that's the difference.
That guy is some kind of strong and powerful, and Perez, if he gets under that title of the match, that could be his downfall.
Don't get into a shoving match with Nikita Koloff. You're going to have a bad time.
He's got to use that wrestling ability. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he's got a lot of power too, but he's got to use those things to his advantage in this match. Against Nikita Koloff, you're right to edge into the corner.
Boom.
Slams him right to the turnbuckle. You're talking about force. Perez almost dropped all the way to
the cameras up with it. That was a powerful man that time. Believe me, he felt those turnbuckles when he was flying over that corner.
My parents kept telling me when I was younger that it was fake, and I was like, it's still real to me, damn it. I'm half expecting USA chants. Yeah, but who would they be directed at? Like, you got the Russian versus the Hispanic. It's like, I don't know. USA chants don't work here.
I think you might say, sort of kept in the same mold as James A. Dillon. That's Gary Hart. Gary's another very astute individual. He really knows his wrestling. He knows what's going on in the ring. And believe me, he knows a champion.
Nakita! Nakita! Soviet! Soviet!
Certainly has heard things.
Tear down the wall! Tear down the wall!
I tell you, the matches have been all and more than we thought they were going to be, but you know, hey, I'm really looking forward to it. Don't forget, fans, we've still got to come for the World Tag Team title. That match between the champions, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, and Sting, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, yet to come.
The SmackDown Tag Tournament from 2002. Yeah, there was some good stuff there. Like, was that when they did like Edge and Ray and the Guerreros and Angle and Edge, or Angle and Benoit as teams? Because some of that stuff was really good. In Soviet Russia, bear wrestle you. In Soviet Russia, vodka drink you. I gotta admit, I am a Zoya the Destroyer mark. I like her work. She's got great work rate. Great character work from Zoya. Like when fans chanted USA in Bret Hart matches against Yokozuna. Well, I remember one show, it was like UK Rampage or something, like one of those UK exclusive events. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is in the UK, and he got them to chant USA. Okay.
Successfully defended U.S. heavyweight title. You know Dusty Rhodes, he is always prepared for any event, but he is thinking Barry Windham.
Somewhere down the road, that's got to happen too. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, there's the teacher, and the people.
Get funky like a monkey in public, if you will. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. My Dusty impression's not great, but he's fun to imitate anyway, because he's Dusty fucking Rhodes.
Hold on, getting out of that. And he and Perez now. One more time.
Why are Owens and Rollins' Frog Splash so tame compared to Eddie's? I don't know. It's a good question.
Knee found its home right to the midsection. Perez right hand, actually right forearm.
I just saw the match with Hacksaw in WCW where Bobby Heenan was laughing during the entire match. I was laughing with him. Yes, that was hysterical. That was like, I watched that clip the day I got the announcement that Bobby Heenan died, and I watched that, and I was just in stitches laughing. It was so funny. Do you know when the European title tournament started? Like the exact date? It would have been mid-97. I don't know the exact date. My guess would be sometime in May or June would be when it started. And Gary Hart gets some cheap shots in on Nikita. I feel like this match has already gone on too long. Oh my God, he broke the table on his head.
The table of the post is the great equalizer. Regardless how good you are, there is no give to things like that.
And Hart and Perez, they don't mind busting up the furniture, and they just did it. And Perez is down.
I don't know. I think Rob Van Dam's probably got the best. He's got the 5-star Frog Splash, and his looks prettier, and it looks like he's driving the guy through the mat when he hits it. And one little touch that Rob would do is that he would sell like a rib, like it hurts him to do it that way. So like he holds his midsection after he hits it. So I always thought Rob had a really good one. Favorite undercard belt that's not the IC title? The Gift of the Gods title in Lucha Underground is pretty cool because it's basically the Money in the Bank belt. I think that one's pretty neat.
That right eye, they had really caught the corner of the table and he's trying to check the next show. Perez, right up, he's going to how much more can Nikita Koloff take? He has been brutalized within the last couple of minutes here.
How did this match get 10 minutes? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is a main event buffer. Can we just, like, wrap this up, go home, and get to the main event? I don't know, this feels like pointless padding. And Nikita reverses a suplex. Please tell me that's the finish now. Oh, God. I'm at that point where I'm like, can we just wrap this up and end this thing, please? Come on, I want to see Sting and Dusty as a tag team. Come on. Let's just get to that. It's sad that Chris Jericho made Money in the Bank but never won. Probably, yeah, that's a little weird.
We talk so much about the greatness of Al Perez, and you know it's really coming out right.
I answered that question last week. Which did you like more, JR and King, Monsoon and Heenan, or Monsoon and Ventura? I said JR and King, but I love all three pairings. They're all great.
You know, it's and from working with a professional wrestler like you and I have had for so many.
Dusty and Sting are backstage thinking, is this match still going? We have a match too, you know. Probably. Did you hear about the Eddie Edwards incident? I saw it. Where Sami Callihan hit him with the bat. It's unfortunate that happened. It was clearly an accident, I feel like, so I don't want to rag on Sami too much, but it could have been avoided. It was unfortunate, and you know, I kind of feel like in that case, it's like, guys, next time you do something like, maybe you should probably think about gimmicking the bat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, did you have to use a real bat for that? I don't know. So it's like food for thought for next time you do something like that. It's okay if you don't use a real bat, you know, if it makes it safer. Electric chair. Jim Cornette is pissed. Yeah, I've heard he's gone on rants about Sami Callihan. Cornette had a good point. He's like, back in the 80s, everybody thought we were fighting for real and hurting each other, and we weren't. And today, guys are getting hurt now more than ever, and nobody believes it. It's really weird. He's right, but it's weird. And a botch. A really bad. I think that was supposed to be a roll-up, and Nikita just kind of awkwardly fell to the ground.
Certainly a great athlete, but you can always better believe that when Nikita Koloff is in a match, he is always in a match.
Sami at least is running with being unapologetic. I feel like they're playing that up for TV, like as part like the storyline. I think Sami is like playing it up for the sake of getting heel heat, which, you know. Roll sunset flip into the ropes, so no good.
Using the momentum, got tied up in the ropes. No sunset flip coming right there. Great counter move by Perez, and now has him in the corner with a shoulder.
Cornette's racket attacks looked and sounded more impactful than they should have. Well, you know, you put that cover over the tennis racket, it makes a nice like smack sound when you hit somebody with it. See, if you just used the racket unexposed, it wouldn't sound or look that great. Suplex.
I'm sure that Perez really didn't think Koloff would have been able to do that.
Roll over the right hand. Maybe Nikita getting another win. He caught the foot. He caught it right out of here. A vulnerable position for the Lions of
All right, Nikita's making his comeback, so maybe we're going home now. Shoulder tackle. Dream Trio, Sami Callihan, John Moxley, and Jay White. Yeah. You know, this is one of those cases where the NWA would brag that they have longer matches than WWF. But it's like, yeah, but some of those matches don't need to be this long, guys. This match is a perfect example. Who is that that's in there? Larry Zbyszko ran in and caused a DQ. And now it's like Gary Hart, Larry Zbyszko, and Al Perez beating up on Nikita. Long matches do not always equal good matches. Cena versus Orton Iron Man matches is my go-to. I watched the first 20 minutes of that match and I was like, nope. I was like, nope, I'm done. Bye. Did you ever review any WrestleManias? The recent one, I never did like retro reviews of WrestleManias, but I've done enough WrestleMania videos to where I've like basically reviewed most of the big stuff and big matches. Okay. That match was not too great. That was, yeah.
As the Great American Bash approaches, he is thinking about revenge. Coming back, our World Tag Team title match.
Thank you. Main event time. All right, I will be right back. This music is awful! It's so awful! Vince, god damn you! Why don't WWE have former wrestlers commentate? Well, Corey Graves is a former wrestler, but I know what you mean. It's, I mean, I don't know why. It's a good question. I always remember it took Cena like 5 minutes to walk around the ring and set up a table. Well, you know, it's an hour-long match. You got to kill time, man. Do you prefer El Generico or Sami Zayn? Both are great for different reasons. You know, Generico's probably a little bit flashier, but Sami Zayn is a bit more human, so... Dream Scorpion, yes. They're my boys, Arn and Tully, one of the best tag teams in their era. They were outstanding. What's your favorite type of ramen noodles? The ones that cook. I'm like, I'm good either way. It's like, as long as they're cooked, I'm good. The man called Sting. He's the man called Sting. He does this. He does that. He's as big as a bull and as quick as a cat. The man called Sting. There he is, Dusty. Get funky like a monkey in public, if you will.
So there is Bob Caudle, Dusty Rhodes. And you hear the chant for Dusty and for Sting. They're the challengers. We are with you live on Superstation TV. That's Tony Schiavone along with Bob Paddle in our feature main event. And you know, Bob, a lot has happened here today. I know Jim Ross is finally closing the situation with Lex Luger and what has happened with him today. I know the Horsemen are a little bit gloating right now.
Here we go. This is going to be fun.
Where did Precious go? When she was with Kevin Sullivan, that still has to be answered. We're leading with the Great American Bash, and we have this great main event right here at the Super Section.
Yeah, Sting with the kip up. This is what Sting brought to the NWA and to WCW. You have the Four Horsemen who are like the pure wrestler types, but Sting was like cut from the same cloth as a Hulk Hogan. He was like a superhero, so you got that clash between the two, and I thought it worked beautifully.
Together, Dusty Rhodes and Sting, a team which is not teamed on the occasion as.
Is Roman pushed more than Austin was in 97, 98? It feels like it. Let me put it this way. They are working harder to force him down the fans' throats than they did with Austin, because Austin was naturally over. Katrina can revive anything. Yeah, like my dick. Late 80s Sting versus mid 90s Shawn Michaels dream match. Yeah, those two clashing would have been interesting. Armringer and Sting is just.
You can see the championship flying out the window right there on the move like that. There's Arn Anderson made that mistake. And Sting, as powerful as he is going right back to work on that arm. And you can tell that's the influence of the Dream, too. And Dream is going to really compliment this young man.
Do you think that Vince and Roman are lovers? I don't know. Like, what? I don't know what Vince's obsession with him is. I mean, he's not over. Well, they've tried so hard to get him over with the fan base, and it's like they didn't get him over naturally. So I just can't imagine like why they're so insistent on pushing him down people's throats. Hip toss. Oh, nice! Look at Sting with that headlock takedown, or head scissors takedown. And now here's Dustin! The Dream, baby! Boom! God damn, look at... Oh my God, the charisma of fucking Dusty Rhodes is incredible. Look at that. You can't teach that. That's something you can't teach. Caught him! Boom! Elbow! Blanchard getting bounced around like a ping pong ball. Vince wishes Roman would get Rusev's reactions, right? I know. Is Sting your all-time favorite from WCW? I'd say yes. Yes, Sting was my favorite from WCW.
Up by the apron of the ring. You know, we've said it so many times. They have proven here tonight.
Dusty's down. The Horsemen have control.
With Lex Luger. That there's always a crowd.
Come on, Dusty. JJ's cheating again. God, the managers. They always cheat.
The arch enemy of the Horseman, Dusty Rhodes, now down right.
That table goes down again. That's the second time that table's been knocked down tonight.
Here's Hart Anderson quickly after him again. Sting's going to come around. They're fighting on the floor now right behind us. Dusty Rhodes staggered. You know he's hurt. Trying to get back.
Get in the corner, Sting. He needs to be able to get the tag.
The Dream has been in a war so many times, though. You know, Tony.
Come on, Dream.
Even though he's taking a pounding and a beating right now. Running through our minds.
Dusty! Oh, I thought Dusty was going to get a suplex. Clothesline! Get the tag! There are so many kids in the audience with Sting face paint. They keep cutting to them. Come on, Dusty, get the tag. Drop kick by Dusty. You will believe that a fat man can get a drop kick. And there's the tag. Stinger back in there. And Gorilla Press him down. Tully has bumped like a madman in this match. Stinger splash. Woo! Good Lord. So much charisma. I can't handle it. Goes for the death lock. Can't get it. Oh, Sting gets sneak attack. Oh, over the guardrail. Late 80s Sting is what WWE has always wanted Cena to be, but never quite got him there. I agree with that. That's a... Do you think we'll ever get to see Sting and Taker face to face? They'll probably do it at some point as like one of those segments where they're like, "Oh, look at that thing we did," but they'll never do anything with it. Woo! Sting's in trouble, guys. What's Arn doing? A Vader bomb from Arn does not work. And nope, they cut him off. Can't get the tag.
Left hand. Stands him up. And now back to a neutral cover. Pulling on the other side. Sting cripples to the mat.
And the champion's working so well. The others are teaming in a double team now. And now it's Sting that's got to get done.
They'll probably have Sting come out on the stage during Undertaker's Hall of Fame speech in 6 years. Probably. How much do you hate deathmatch wrestling? I mean, the hardcore aspect of it, there's a way to do that right, but sometimes it gets so over the top and so ridiculous and so dangerous that it's just like, what's the point? Like, I've heard of matches where they have, like, guys in the ring with piranha tanks or, like, explosives or all that stupid shit. I'm like, what's the point of that? Seriously. There's no art to that. That's just weird.
And that's the way James A. Dillon looks at it. Certainly, as the fans watch out here, the mic setup.
Raptors or Knicks? Neither for me. I actually prefer. Ooh, a DDT on the concrete. Ooh. He didn't get knocked out Ricky Steamboat style. Sting looks out. Oh, Dusty's got the referee tied up. They can't get the pin.
Only a one count, and he got out of it. They are really beating this youngster out of Venice Beach.
I'm guessing you're not a fan of CCW then?
Over the arena, so to speak.
CCW, it's not that they have untalented wrestlers there. I think Sanjay's been there. I think Cesaro was there a couple of times, but it's just like that over-the-top hardcore crap. It's like it's just glorified backyard wrestling. It looks like shit. Sting with a backslide. 1, 2, no. Sting's got to get to the tag. Come on, man. Get to Dusty. Oh! Stun gun. Come on. Come on, Sting. He got it. Boom. Oh, he hit Dylan with the elbow. DDT by Dusty. 3-on-5, baby. Elbow drop. Sting cuts off Tully. Sting just got your team DQ'd. He just threw the referee. Referee has lost all control of this one. I wonder if Cody will ever get an elbow move over. Probably not, because Cody is like, I think Cody has become his own man. I think he has enough of his own identity. He got the disaster kick over. So Dylan with it. No, that's Wyndham. Wyndham just interfered. Okay, so disqualification. He's got the claw on Dusty. He's got the claw on Dusty. Boo! And Sting can't help him. ECW had its fair share of stupid hardcore matches. I was actually watching WrestlePalooza 98, and the Bam Bam Bigelow New Jack match is friggin' horrible. Like, oh my God, it's so terrible. If this was WWE, they'd have to play everyone's theme song. Yeah, right? Whenever you do a run-in, they play your theme song. It's almost like it was planned that way. Because, you know, when you spontaneously run out there, they have to have your theme song played, you know. Oh, man. Four Horsemen kind of controlled this show. They beat up Luger, and now they're beating up Sting and Dusty. NWA main event, 5:35 p.m. on Sundays.
Clash of the Champions is brought to you by Hanes. Even tough guys like a little extra comfort underneath. It's not just underwear, it's Hanes.
Okay, back here live on the Superstation. Jim Ross has joined us. Jim, how's Lex Luger? He's been in Tennessee right now at the hospital. I'm planning on going to the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, and this Saturday at 6:05 here on the Superstation World Championship Wrestling. I'll either have a report with Lex Luger or we'll have Lex Luger in the studio with us, hopefully, this Saturday back in Atlanta. Well, it certainly has been a great evening right here live on the Superstation. Fans, the Atlanta Braves are next. We'll remind you to join us at 6:05.
Ooh, who wants to watch the Atlanta Braves?
Superstation for more World Championship Wrestling. Bob and Jim, I'm Tony Schiavone. We'll see you Saturday night.
Okay, so that was the Clash of Champions 2. Good show overall. I like the main event a lot because Sting and Dusty tagging together was cool. Thought the opening match was good. I thought the Bushwhackers match was probably the second best match on the show behind the main event. And I like the storyline with Luger and Flair and the Horsemen attacking Flair and stuff. So all of that worked. Some of the matches in the middle didn't work for me. Nikita versus Al Perez was kind of a bore, and the second tag match didn't really work for me either. So wasn't a perfect show, not as good as the first one, but overall a solid edition of Clash of the Champions. I'd probably give it a B overall. And
get your win on with the Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. Get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100
okay.
a month. Plus, switch now and get up to 4 free LG Fortune phones. All on a network that covers over 99% of Americans. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
So I'm just Oh wait! Oh, stop! Don't do that. No, we don't want to watch. The network automatically popped up Clash of Champions 3 for some reason. Okay. No, go back. We're gonna be watching Saturday night's main event. All right, we're gonna go. All-Star Wrestling. That's cool. All-Star Wrestling was their show from the 70s. I'm tempted to like marathon that. Oh, that must be cool to watch. Saturday night's main event. Okay, today we will be watching the third episode of Saturday night's main event, which is also the final edition of 1985, the first year of Saturday night's main event. And let me just pull up the description. Okay, for this show, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant face King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd, Tito Santana versus Randy Savage, Terry Funk, Roddy Piper, and more. This is going to be fun. All right, let's check it out. Actually, before I start, let me just check something real quick. Do you remember the game Legends of Wrestling? I do. I never played it, but I do remember when it came out. I know there was Superstars, but what other shows did WWF have that wasn't Saturday night's main event? There was Superstars on Saturdays. They had Wrestling Challenge, which was also on Saturdays and Sundays, I think. There was Primetime Wrestling on Monday nights. There was the Wrestling Spotlight on Friday nights. And there was All-American Wrestling on Sundays. I remember all of those shows. And all of those were basically the same thing, where it was just promos, interviews, angles, and squash matches with like the occasional like competitive match thrown in. It's always fun when Terry Funk is on the show, right? I love Terry. Okay, I'll be right back. Just going to check on the cats. Oh, it looks like Gary's sleeping. How you doing? Want to come over to the couch? No? Okay. Let's see if Shadow wants to come back. Hey, Shadow. How you doing, buddy? Oh, all right. Looks like one of the cats has joined me. How you doing, buddy? All righty. Sorry, I'm just checking a few things. All right, now let's get started. Saturday night's main event 3. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
What am I doing? I'm practicing for the pumpkin dunk contest.
Wait a minute.
What is that Davy Croc?
Something went wrong. Wait, okay, yeah, let's watch from the beginning. What is WWE photo shoot? I don't even know what that is.
Bobby Heenan, what in the world are you?
Oh, this is the Halloween episode. Okay.
Pumpkin dunk contest. What is that? Is that Davy Crockett or is that the early Weasel skin?
I love that they can't use a lot of their old music from back in the day, but they can use the Exorcist theme over a Halloween over a Halloween segment. But Tubular Bells might be in the public domain. I don't know. Do you have any replica belts? I do not. They should put Coliseum videos on the network. They already have. They're on the network. Yes. There's like in the vault section, there's like a home video collection.
Yeah, you can just forget about what that weasel Bobby Heenan says. Everybody knows about Andre the Giant, how Bundy, Studd broke the rules, and why they did it. Well, tonight's going to be a fair fight. I'm going to make sure that. Yeah, I just can't wait to see Andre the Giant mop up the ring with those two. That's enough talk, Hogan. Let's get to it. Well, super rowdy Roddy.
Yeah, everybody's like got Halloween costumes. I like the Superman getup for Rowdy.
You got Uncle Elmer and the hillbillies really Steve.
And Alexa just interfered again.
By the way, you
I didn't know that. Apparently, my sister and brother-in-law have an Echo Dot as well. Hey, Shadow, what are you doing, buddy?
I loved it at the wedding when she took the veil out of her. It looked like two clerks kissing in the midst.
Piper and Ventura. That's a match made in heaven right there.
These idiots on your pit tonight. All family planning. And also,
Yeah. Is everyone in your family Giants fans? Yes, we're all. Well, some of the extended family, they're Redskins fans. Like my brother-in-law is a Redskins fan, but my immediate family. Oh, there's the Funker. I'm the Funker, damn it. Hey, come on, buddy. How you doing? What? Hey. Hi, Shadow. Say hi, Shadow. Whoop. Does Shadow not want to? Shadow doesn't want to be on camera? No? Oh, you're so cute. Such a cute little guy.
But that can wait. Tonight I'm here to house train the junkyard dog.
I'm the Funker, damn it. How did you become a Giants fan in Baltimore? It's a family thing. My family grew up Giants fans because they're originally from that area, and it just carried over to me. If you were a wrestler, what would your name be? Patty McManus. I don't know why. Because I really like Boondock Saints. Yep. Oh, say hi, Shadow. Woo! No? You don't want to be my mascot? You don't want to be my co-host? No? Okay. What's your NBA team? Not much of an NBA fan. I'm more of a college fan. I root for Wake because that's my dad's alma mater. But I'm not really, I don't follow NBA. You need to have a feud with Bret Hart over sunglasses. Mine are better. Fuck Bret.
And then from there, the Kung Fu Challenge. Mr. Fuji squaring up against the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat.
The Kung Fu Challenge? Okay.
Retreat adventure, courtesy of Roddy Piper. But joining me at this moment, the individual who indeed dresses for...
Why are there cone heads? Oh, it's Halloween. Okay. I was like, but there's cone heads in the crowd? Why? Oh, yeah, the Halloween special. Okay.
Controversial wedding we saw in the last Saturday night's main event.
Wait just a minute, McMahon. All I did was I was an announcer. It was Roddy Piper who tried to interrupt the wedding. Not to say I didn't agree with Roddy, but it was him who interrupted. And if these three hillbilly dudes are all ticked off, let them take it up with Piper.
All right, we have all kinds of festivities, the Halloween party, costumes galore.
Halloween party? Ooh, fancy.
Let's take you back by way of videotape to what happened with Terry Funk with an...
You're purring like crazy, buddy. You okay?
Oh, no, whoa. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Look what's happening. I can't...
Terry Funk is middle-aged and crazy. Yes, the main event. This episode is November 85.
You know exactly what that was, baby. That was television tricks. That was special effects trying to make me and Terry look bad. That's exactly
what
it was. You
know okay?
Terry Funk, you're fun.
Television tricks or not, that's nothing compared to what we're going to do to that piece of dog meat, the junkyard dog.
God damn it.
Jimmy, we got some Brandon to do.
I love Terry Funk. I mean, Terry Funk's just the man.
Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time, Terry Funk.
Did you hear about that horrible incident where Bret Hart injured Goldberg's foot with his head? No, I didn't hear. That's not how I heard it, but a Halloween party in November. I think this was like the week after Halloween, which is why they're doing this.
Put that granny line just ramming it into the stomach and chest of the junkyard dog. Pandemonium broken loose here at Madison Square Garden. Look at Jimmy how he loves it. He loves it.
The commentating is so over the top compared to Clash of Champions. Yeah, it is. Well, Vince, again, that's kind of the difference in the mentality. Vince wanted it to be entertainment, so he's like selling, he's like, oh my God, how dastardly they are, and blah, 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 all this stuff. And in Clash of Champions, they tried to treat it more like a sport. So there's differences in the mindset.
Every dog should have his day. Well, that day was Terry Funk Day. Tonight is mine.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Time to grab them cakes. We're opening up with JYD and Terry Funk. in the neighborhood. Now everybody's doing it because it feels so good. All you need is a partner that know how to move. And the rest is real easy. You just dig the groove. You get yourself started, it's hard to stop. You just go for your partners, you know what? And then your GRABTHEMCAKES. Grab them cakes. Oh, they cut the song off. Okay. See, when you use the original music, I get more amped up. Oh, this is... I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that this is going to be a brawl.
I can't believe the referee let the man bow.
Yeah, Hector Guerrero has cornered the market on turkey gimmicks. That's an 8-second ride that Terry probably never wanted to go on.
Controlling it. Rugged Terry Funk. Funk getting a chance up. Getting ready to step in there now. One-on-one with the Junkyard Dog.
Well, Funk's lucky he survived that sneak attack by the dog. The dog viciously attacking Terry Funk from behind.
Locking up now. Funk right away. Scoops up Junkyard Dog and put it in the body slam. Off the rope with momentum. Sets the elbow.
Misses the elbow. JYD back into it. Body slam.
The dog now scooping up Terry Funk again. Pulls him up there. Lets him think about it. What's this?
And scoops him up and over. Down goes the Funker. Oh my, indeed, Vince.
Jimmy Hart. Well, the JYD slammed Funk. He had to come down from about 10 to 12 feet onto that cement floor.
Yep, got it. To Terry Funk just returning to the inside of the ring after that tremendous body slam on the outside. Funk a competitor. Not one that plays by the rules, however. Lock up now the Junkyard Dog in the corner, Terry Funk.
Okay, Irish whip. Another body slam by JYD. Oh, now the headbutts. Oh, yeah. Boom. And boom. What are you whining about over there, Shadow? What do you want? You just want attention? Is that all you want? Are you upset because there's a dog on the TV? He's the Junkyard Dog. Is that what you're upset about? What do you want? JYD over as fuck.
He could very well be in line for a title shot with Hulk Hogan. Locked up now again with the Junkyard Dog. Shoved to the ropes coming up. Look at that. Oh my.
Oh God, he's going after Jimmy. Oh, he got that little runt.
This is ridiculous. This should be an automatic disqualification, McMahon.
And a back body drop on Funk outside the ring. Damn.
The Junkyard Dog, I hope he's proud of himself. He's beaten up a 120-pound manager. You saw what 120.
Did you name him Shadow because he's black? Well, he's not my cat, but that is how he got the name. You ever do streams of Attitude Era Raws? Maybe in the future, but once I want to get through the Saturday night's main events and Clash of Champions before I even do anything else. They should put Shotgun Saturday Night on the network so we can see Triple H take a tombstone on the escalators. That'd be fun. Just wait till the British Bulldogs come out with Matula. Yeah, Shadow's not going to like that at all. I want to see Shadow's reaction. Shadow's not cooperating. Shadow, I don't think, wants to be on camera.
Listen to this capacity crowd. All of whom are behind the Junkyard Dog.
Okay, Funk's got to sleep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The dog reaching the rope on their safety.
Sheep way out.
The dog now. Whoop to the ropes.
I think Shadow just wants attention because now it's like I'm petting him and he's like totally fine now.
Terry Funk will go 99.
Now JYD has a sleeper on Funk.
Jimmy Hart up on the apron. He has no business there. Distracting the dog, who comes over, grabs him and snatches him out.
And now Jimmy gets beat up some more because sure.
Oh no! They've got Hart. Ooh!
Yeah.
Oh, did Funk? He hit him with the megaphone.
Could do it.
Funk gets the win.
Big win for Terry Funk. Very big win.
And now looking at the branding iron, they're going to tip to brand the Junkyard Dog.
I mean, it's really just like stamping him.
Oh, the dog caught it.
Yeah, the branding iron gimmick is stupid because that's clearly not like
Branding iron.
a red hot friggin' branding iron.
He hit him with the iron, McMahon.
He fell through the rope, Funk it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Jimmy goes down. JYD getting some revenge. Better worker, Jeff Hardy or Edge? I'd go with Edge. Less spotty, you know, just better worker. Stream Raw from 2009, I dare you. No, I'm not doing that. Are you more of a cat person or a dog person? I like dogs more. Sorry, Shadow, but I do like dogs more.
Such an utter display of horrible sportsmanship in my life. Why the Junkyard Dog?
Wait a minute.
Oh, now Jimmy lost his pants.
Look at this. He's got a branding.
This is terrible.
He branded Jimmy Hart on the butt.
He should be fined. He should be suspended.
But it's like, it's not like he's hurting him. It's like a stamp, basically.
The Junkyard Dog may have lost the match, but look what he has won.
Now, this match would eventually lead to, I'm seeing way more of Jimmy Hart's butt than I ever wanted to see. But this would eventually lead to JYD and Hogan tagging against the Funk Brothers. And then Funk and Hogan, Terry Funk and Hogan would actually have a match on Saturday Night's Main Event at some point.
Our two teams are captained by
Probably Funk's biggest match in the WWF during this time, during this period in the 80s.
Let's go to Mean Gene.
All right, thank you, Vince McMahon. Here we are, the party room celebrating Halloween, albeit a couple of days
Who's
late.
dressed as
Ready
Batman?
for a gigantic pie-eating contest.
We got Lou Albano as like Nero.
Some introductions. To my left, Macho Man Randy Savage and the lovely Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is, okay, Elizabeth and Savage are Tarzan and Jane, and Elizabeth looking good. Bundy is Abraham Lincoln. The Sheik and Nikolai Volkov are Batman and Robin, because sure, why not?
To my right, and Zorro. He is Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana. And Hercules, heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan. Three Musketeers, are you ready for this? Uncle Elmer, Cousin Junior, and Hillbilly Jim, and Captain Lou Albano dressed as perhaps one of your Roman forebears.
Yeah, Julius Caesar from my great ancestor.
Oh, Julius Caesar. I thought he was Nero.
All right, now, gentlemen, it's time to King Kong Bundy and Captain Lou.
Bigger than Chainsaw Charlie. Well, his biggest match in WWF was probably the main event he had with Foley on Raw in '98. But I said biggest during this period was the Saturday Night Main Event match with Hogan. Captain Lou should have dressed up as Mario, right? Would have really fucked with us. This is kind of gross. This is kind of watching two fat people just scarf pies down. This is kind of gross.
Seconds remaining. 30 seconds, gentlemen. 30 seconds. Look at this. This is a mess.
I'm sorry, the sight of Sheik dressed up as Batman and Tito Santana dressed up as Zorro is hilarious to me. I am so shocked that Zorro didn't stick as his gimmick.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lou Albano won a pie eating contest. He should be proud. Check out the cleavage on Liz, right? Liz looks hot, man. Liz should be a sexy nurse or a teacher. Hello, nurse. 1985 was the year Super Mario Brothers was released, so it's only fitting that Captain Lou to play the game and cut a promo on himself while he plays. That would have been great.
Those three men we see in the ring right now, Uncle Elmer, Hillbilly Jim and Cousin Jim.
Six-man tag action? Oh, no, it's Piper's Pit. Piper's Pit with Hillbilly Jim, Uncle Elmer, and Cousin Luke. Why did Piper interfere with my wedding?
Look at exactly what Jesse said.
Come on, McMahon. Are you trying to stir up some trouble in your usual way?
Come on, buddy. There we go.
All right, he's going to kiss her. Look at that.
Vince is like, all right, he's going to kiss her.
Looks like two Clark in the Mississippi River going after the same piece of food.
Well, I'll tell you, Jess, it doesn't seem that Roddy Piper is the only one with something to answer for.
I was just doing my job, describing the action, and if you were doing yours, you'd see that hot rod is here.
Well, listen.
What did you think of mid-card Cena? He was cool for a while, and then they turned him face, and he became increasingly lamer as time went on.
How are you, Mrs. Elmer?
Oh, do you see Shadow licking himself? You see that? That's nice, Shadow. You're looking yourself on camera. You proud of that? Okay. He doesn't care.
You who just got married, tell me something that everybody in America has been dying to know, been dying to hear. What went on the wedding night?
Oh, I don't want to hear that at all, Piper.
You and your lovely wife, have you thought about family planning at all? That's none of your business, too.
Were you one of the people during SummerSlam 2005 chanting, "Let's go, Jericho"? What do you think? Yes, I absolutely was.
I watched the wedding with him. I watched the wedding with him and his beautiful bride, and there were
If you could reach, you would lick yourself too. I guess. I don't know. Do you like the John Cena chants to the beat of his music? I mean, it's fine, but it's like it's a part of the act now. It's not really like counter culture or anything. It's just part of the whole show.
Jesse Ventura said it, but I'll tell you something. I agree with him, man. Well, let me tell you one thing. If Jesse Ventura is such a man, why don't he come up here and say it and open up face to face?
Oh! Jesse the Body.
I want to say something. Jesse Ventura, come on down here and tell me what you said about my wife and myself in the ring.
Wait just a minute.
All right, Jesse.
I'm afraid to come out here and say something face to face. I told it just the way I seen it, and I talked just the way I saw it, and I didn't break it down on nothing.
What is it that you want to do? You guys are looking here. We come to talk. You guys are coming here looking like you want to fight. Well, maybe we do, Mr.
Cowboy. Cowboy's right behind you, boys.
Well, listen, we don't want to cause you guys any trouble because we know how intelligent you are.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Oh, the hillbillies are not happy. So maybe the wedding stuff from episode 2 wasn't that pointless because it looks like it's. I believe we eventually get a 6-man tag out of this, where it's like the Hillbillies versus Orton, Piper, and Ventura. So maybe the wedding stuff wasn't pointless. Do you think Taker's going to interfere on Sunday? I don't care if he does or not. I don't really care. Favorite all-time wrestler theme songs? Demolition, NWO, DX is up there, CM Punk is up there, $1 Million Man, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Goldberg, Austin, Hogan, like Real American and Voodoo Child work great for Hogan. Those are some of my favorites.
I'm easing in, baby. I'm coming to watch my main man Junior dip this face right in this thing and start eating punk real fast, real fast.
Speaking of Cousin Junior, he is arriving right now. Come on in, Cousin Junior, gentlemen.
So JYD's dressed as a mummy. Okay.
Randy Savage, you're going to be holding the bag for and of course you, Tito Santana. You've got 6.
I'm sorry, but Liz looks incredible dressed as Jane. That is like, yeah. So we're bobbing for apples now?
Here we go. Cousin Junior.
I'm bobbing for pumpkins.
They got one over here. 2. How many more?
Bobby Heenan versus
3. 3 for Bobby Heenan. Confederate Courage. Cousin Junior.
Good Lord.
How many? Elizabeth.
Bobby just cheated.
He's got 2. Cousin Junior, we've got 15 seconds to go. 15 to go. All right.
Bobby Heenan, that dude can bob for pumpkins.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's all over. It's all over. Wait a minute. 7 pumpkins. How many do you have?
We got 4 left.
All right.
Bobby Heenan, the official champion of bobbing for pumpkins.
We're going to have the rubber match a little bit later on.
What would you think of John possibly retiring Undertaker? Dude, at this point, I just want Taker to retire. I don't care who does it. What about Sting's Crow music? Yes, Sting's Crow music is a great one.
Saturday night's main event is back in
The Halloween edition.
Halloween special ahead of us. Right now, the time is at hand for what promises to be, at least, and I believe, one of the greatest tag team matches ever.
Okay, this is like the main event, basically, even though it's not the last match.
All right.
Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy versus Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Tell us about that one.
Is there any doubt in your mind I wouldn't win it? Anything I put my mind on, I accomplished. And you're going to see these.
Wow, Bobby Heenan got cleaned up fast.
Andre the Giant just a little while.
It's almost like the stuff in the Halloween party stuff was pre-taped or something.
That's right, the dream team, the unbeatable team, the unslappable team. 823 pounds right here. Hoping nobody puts us down.
Big John Studd.
Nobody puts Bundy in the corner. Nobody.
Strangers to you.
You know something? The whole world out here thinks that the #1 team in wrestling's Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Well, tonight, in a few short minutes, Studd, Bundy, and Bobby the Brain Heat is going to show the world who's the best.
I thank you very much, gentlemen. Congratulations again to you, Bobby Heenan. Where's your beaver hat?
What do you mean, beaver hat? I was a raccoon hat.
Well, you've heard it. Counterpoint. As always.
Okay, they said, where's Bobby Heenan's beaver hat? I thought they said Bieber hat. I'm like, Justin Bieber wasn't even born yet. So the match is basically King Kong and Godzilla versus Unicron and Hulk Hogan. Basically, yeah. Are there indie promotions in your area? There's Maryland Championship Wrestling, which is big in this area. Your sister really hated Skull Island. Skull Island's a movie. It's not for everybody. It's not a great movie, but if you like to see giant monsters beat shit up, it's got a lot of good stuff in that regard, and some of the actors are really good. So it's a perfectly enjoyable movie. Anybody want to do that?
Serious business for the Dream Team.
Well, if they're the Dream Team, then these two are the Nightmare. A formidable twosome, even when they fight fairly, which is almost never, Jesse.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah, so you got Vince is like, they always cheat. Real American. Comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Okay, I asked this question last week and I never got an answer. What is up with the slits in the back of Hogan's shirt? Like, why did he do that? Is there like, is that purely just a fashion's choice or what? I mean, it's not as, that actually looked cool as opposed to the war bonnet, which, thank God, that never made it to TV. Velveteen Dream came from Maryland Championship Wrestling. He did. Interesting. I haven't been to many MCW shows, but that's interesting. If you had the money, would you attend SD as it is now? WWE is coming to UK in May, and I don't know whether to go. Honestly, if SmackDown was in my area, I wouldn't even bother. That's just the truth. I wouldn't even bother. It's supposed to look like he's tearing off the shirt, or tearing out of a shirt, much like the Hulk. Like he's too big for the shirt. Okay, I guess that makes some sense. Hogan with a knee drop. He just knee lifted friggin' Bundy. Hogan trying to slam. He tried to slam Bundy. He can't get him up. No.
Bundy. I believe Hogan hurt his back on that. He could very well have Hogan off the rope. Bundy missing.
Got the clothesline. Hogan with an elbow.
Striking by the holster. A right hand. Bundy being set up now. Head to the pocket. Look out to the far side.
And Hogan. Hogan's all over the ring, man. And here comes Andre.
Andre the Giant and now with King Kong Bundy. Oh my. He's illegal and choking it, McMahon.
Andre's got, god damn, it's like Andre makes Bundy look like a midget.
What is the matter with that incompetent referee?
Yeah, Andre's choking him, and the ref. Well, it's like, yeah, the ref's not telling Andre to stop choking him, but it's like, yeah, it's like, all right, I dare you to tell Andre the Giant what to do. I dare you. And here comes Hogan. Jumps off the middle rope with an elbow smash. Double axe handle, I mean. What are you whining about, cat? What do you want? You can't be hungry. I just fed you.
What happened during Piper's pit tonight? Well, let me tell you something. The body never, ever gets embarrassed. But I was not prepared to wrestle tonight in a fight. I'm an announcer. I'm paid to come here and announce. And they insult me, drive me into that ring. I'll tell you what, the next Saturday main event, if NBC will let me leave the booth for a mere 10 minutes, me and Roddy Piper will
Hogan just suplexed. Okay, he tried to do an atomic drop on Stud, but he couldn't quite like get it. They kind of botched it, but it actually looked like it was weird. It looked like he front back suplexed him, if that makes any sense. Andre accidentally knocked the referee down, and the referee went flying. It's a madhouse! A madhouse! Do you think Hogan versus Andre is a good match? Yes, I do. I think it's a good match. I think it has great atmosphere, great build-up, great anticipation, great drama, and the match did everything it needed to do to deliver. And it delivered one of the biggest moments in the history of pro wrestling. So, can't ask for anything more than that.
Let's take a breather before we return for the conclusion of this historic tag team matchup. We'll be right back.
All right, back to our Saturday night's main event. Andre the Giant right now, almost picking up where they left off since we have this replacement referee. Andre with a bear hug on Big John Studd. And oh my, Studd and Bundy getting the worst out of this time.
Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, it's the first time in my life I've ever seen a referee struck by a wrestler and a substitute referee brought in and the match continues. Hogan and the Giant should have been disqualified. Bundy and Studd.
I like how Ventura's trying to make a point, and Vince is like, they're the baby faces, shut up. Granted, it was an accident, but... Did Hogan just spit on Studd? That's real baby facey of you. Which do you think would have been the bigger match? Bret versus Hogan, HBK versus Rock, or Taker versus Sting? Oh, and Andre got tied up in the ropes.
Andre's caught the rope now.
Got Hogan too. Now we'll see where they're at.
To answer your question, I mean, for me personally, Taker versus Sting would have been the one that I would have marked out for the hardest. I don't know if it would have been the biggest, quote unquote, but that's the one I would have wanted. Yes, Andre never lost in 15 years. Never, ever, ever. And we've got a DQ. Andre looks helpless. And now Hogan attacks Bundy. This match is wild. And Andre's holding Studd. Hogan with a clothesline.
Oh, Studd bailing out of the ring. Bundy and Studd out on the floor. Hogan and the Giant.
Do you just want attention? Is that all you want, Shadow? Why don't you be like Gary? Gary's been quiet and hasn't made a noise all night. Be like your brother.
As a result of a disqualification, the team of Andre the Giant and Hogan.
Didn't Show lose in his first match? Yes, he did. In WWF? Yeah, he did. Do you think they were already thinking about doing Andre and Hogan at this time? I think so. I think so. This match actually was kind of used as a part of the background to show their partnership before it all went south leading into WrestleMania. I do think that, like, I think the Hogan-Andre match is something they always had in their back pocket, and it's something that they always wanted to do, and then WrestleMania 3 was just the right time to pull it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it from Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan. Andre said he has not had
Bundy against her. I tried everywhere, every time in the world.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Andre's all like, fuck you guys. I want to, like, kill Bundy and Studd.
We are only moments away from the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental title bout.
Are you looking forward to the Andre HBO documentary? Yes, I want to see that. And Miss Elizabeth, not in the Jane outfit anymore, but in a sequin dress, and looks absolutely beautiful.
What kind of a man are you, Tino?
You know, Elizabeth, I understand now why the Macho Man picked you, but why did you pick wrestling?
Well, Gene, I've always had an interest in sports, but I really just wanted to help Randy in any way that he needed.
Well, that's very good. You know, Randy Savage, it's very unusual for a man like yourself, or anybody for that matter, to get a title shot quite so quickly. Are you ready?
I'm ready, able, and willing, and don't you ever ask me a question like that again.
Yeah.
All right, I thank you. Good luck, Elizabeth, to you and the Macho Man.
I'm telling you what, Mean Gene, you're out of line, yeah.
I'll tell you, never looked in long better that way.
I swear, Macho Man had to be snorting cocaine half the time. He had to have been. Just like, all right, it's time for me to cut a promo. Oh, yeah! Macho Man is ready for action tonight, yeah. Was Miss Elizabeth your first wrestling crush? Yes, absolutely. She was stunningly beautiful.
Well, you can see we got lots more coming up here on Saturday night's main event. Final match between Santana and the Macho Man, and we hopefully much more.
Was Savage a heel at this point? Yes, Savage was a heel. Now this match, Santana versus Savage for the IC title, I believe this is not the match with the title change. That happened in Boston. But I think this match set up Savage winning the IC title later on.
Macho Man Savage, in my opinion, is faster, he's stronger, and I think Chico's belt is in more jeopardy than it could have ever been.
That's Chico.
Chico, that's what I said.
Lame Chumpy Man.
All right, Santana backed up by the referee. This match could get a little out of hand. Two extraordinary competitors in their black right hand. And Santana ready to retaliate. You saw how quick the Macho Man was going to block that punch.
Well, that's because punching's illegal. Randy Macho Man Savage saw the closed fist.
Do you think Luger was responsible for Miss Elizabeth's death? I mean, yes and no. I mean, he probably exposed her to things that ultimately led to her death. I don't think he killed her. I don't think he murdered her. I think she died making poor decisions, and I think you got to hold the people accountable for their own decisions. I don't think Luger forced her to take any of the things that ultimately led to her death. I think he probably exposed her to some bad things, but just two grown-up adults making unfortunate and terrible mistakes, and it led to one of the most unfortunate wrestling deaths ever, because Miss Elizabeth was one, like, that one broke my heart. Like, I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Was the Boston title change televised? No, that was at a live event.
Randy Savage is setting such a quick pace in this match. I don't think Chico's in shape enough to stay with him.
He's definitely in shape, there's no doubt of that. I just wonder whether or not Santana is ready for the tactics of the Macho Man.
The Savage is in control here with a headlock.
You can hear this capacity crowd urging Santana.
Now, this was a few months after the Tito-Greg feud had wrapped up, and they had a great cage match in Baltimore, actually, which pretty much wrapped up the feud, I believe.
I certainly did not see that. I think Macho Man, I said it before, he's much more powerful than Santana. He muscled him over. Look, there you see Santana grabbing here, trying to the only way he'll ever get out of the hole.
And now, the Macho Man continues. Look how he's leaning all up on him, Jess.
Leaning all up on him.
Trying to use his weight to his advantage, almost like riding time in amateur wrestling.
Definitely, because he's making Chico hold his weight.
That's Tito.
That's what I said, Chico.
It's like, Ventura, are you racist? Stop calling him Chico.
However, look at that.
Chico and the Man. Which, by the way, was actually a pretty good show back in the day, before Freddie Prinze died.
Yes, indeed. Randy Savage on the top rope. Getting ready. Lifting up. Oh, the corner of midsection.
Tito making that comeback. Part of me feels like if WWE did non-televised title changes, people would complain that titles shouldn't change at live events. Well, back in the day, they would do angles on TV and then do the matches at the live events. So the whole idea of the TV would be to sell the live events. And that kind of business model has changed, but that's why you would see more title changes not on TV back in the day, because that wasn't the point of TV. Do you think they should have pushed Chavo over Ray to the world title after Eddie's death? No, and Chavo was never a world title guy, in my opinion. Chavo's a great hand and a really talented guy, but I never saw him as like a world title guy. They just keep going in and out of the ring. Pile driver outside the ring, that's not going to be good. I think we're getting a double count out here. Yep. Double count out.
Both men are out on the floor. Chico Santana I can't believe he took the match to the floor. Randy Macho Man Savage jumping out at the opportune moment to collect his thoughts, to get himself regrouped, and Santana flagrantly taking the match out to the floor for a double countout. Both men counted out outside the ring.
Tremendous competition.
Don't let this match end in a countout. Have you heard anything about the Vince McMahon movie that was being planned? And if it happens, would you want to see it? I would want to see it. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but a Vince McMahon movie would be fascinating, to say the least.
The first ever Kung Fu challenge between Mr. Fuji.
Okay, I need somebody to gif this of Mr. Fuji. Somebody, this needs to be a gif.
And the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat breaking boards.
We'll be right back.
Advance with the final practicing going on for the Pumpkin Pass, the final bit of our
The Pumpkin Pass.
Let's take the very special glimpse at the inimitable Roddy Piper and see how he spent Halloween in his rented American home.
Oh, God. I remember this. The idea of Roddy Piper decorating his house for Halloween is kind of hilarious to me.
You take a stick and you put it inside, and you got to twist it around, make it real tight. Wouldn't want them to be burdens, you know, got little wonderful children that ring on your door. Put that there, take the brick, oh, chocolate bar, black me, chocolate. Wait. We're here in the kitchen to make candy apples. The Americans are ready to.
His candied apples are black balls and bricks? Like, what the hell?
Unlike back in Piper Manor, back in Scotland, this place has obviously indoor plumbing, which we're told you have no use for while in training.
Florida. I can run there, run back. It's faster than Flushing.
It's faster than Flushing.
How do you celebrate Halloween back in your native Scotland?
Did you hear that New Orleans is supposedly not allowing blood or pile drivers at any of the wrestling shows over many a weekend? I hadn't heard that.
It's a bowling ball.
A bowling ball.
That's a candy apple. You know when all them wonderful children come to the door, ring the doorbell, ding ding, and then a whole other group comes in, ding ding, rings it again, and a whole other group.
Nikki Cross should watch some Roddy Piper to see how to act. I think Nikki Cross is one of the better ones out there, but Piper is just on another level. It's like, you look at Piper, it's like, he's over the top, but it's like, that's him. I don't question that that's not him. He hands out bricks and bowling balls as candy for Halloween. Because of course he does.
If they bother me once, they will bother me.
That's the holiday spirit, all right.
Remember last year?
Oh, wow. I used to know her. You can stand right beside that handsome gentleman right there. Hi, all there. Trick-or-treaters. Halloween. Come in. Get in here. Get in, Halloween time.
Where are the parents? What parent would allow their child to go into Roddy Piper's house?
Hogan, Mr. Piper.
Who's he? Last time I saw him, he was catching dogs for the service for the city. Are you getting candy? You got candy in there? You got the same size arms as Hogan. Look at this. My goodness to you. You see, I got a whole bunch of nice candy for you.
What are those, Mr. Piper?
Those are candy apples. Those are giant candy apples. That's what those are.
Why are they so big?
Candy apples because I'm such a wonderful person.
All right, little girl, what the hell is your costume?
Those are chocolate. I got those from Hershey, Pennsylvania. You know, would you like some of them? How about you? You just hold your bags way out there.
He's giving out bricks and bowling balls to children. That's hilarious. Oh, he broke broke their bags. He broke their candy bags. That is so.
Wait a second. I got this for you. I'll tell you. I got a bag of candy.
Who's the better Scottish person, Roddy Piper or Willie from The Simpsons? That is an unfair question because both are awesome. See, this is where I remember when CM Punk broke up Rey Mysterio's daughter's birthday, and they played it up like it was the most dastardly thing that had ever been done. Here's the thing, over-the-top cruelty to children in TV shows and entertainment is funny. Like in Billy Madison, the dodgeball scene, it's funny because he's pelting kids with dodgeballs because it's so needlessly cruel that it's hilarious. And it's like just him destroying kids' Halloween candy. I mean, that's hilarious. Why would he do that? Why would he care that much to do that? He's an asshole.
I hope Mr. Piper likes his chocolate-covered red pepper.
They gave him red paper.
Trick or treat, Roddy.
Remember Hulk Hogan? Remember when he wasn't a creepy old man?
Well, Vicious Vince, I love that because I can't believe
Why would he do
those
that?
kids were so smart.
Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck is awesome. I love Scrooge.
And that just gives me faith in all those Hulkamaniacs all over the world.
All right, well, standing.
I love that Hulk Hogan is approving of kids playing pranks on their elders,
Let's take you down to me.
even if it is Roddy Piper.
Mr. Fuji, I'm not familiar with this sort of pre-match preparation. Perhaps you could explain.
The engine is very simple. Imagine this time of the nobody steamboat sound.
Very, very.
Did you break the brick?
Mr. Fuji, another brick.
This is
Mr. Fuji.
Lake of Ricky-san.
I am Asian, so that means I'm good at karate. Asia is full of stereotypes.
Lake
You broke that brick. Oh, you want attention.
And this is lips. Lake Ricky.
You have got to be kidding. I'm not going to end this report before we...
Roddy Piper is the type to jump out of a giant pumpkin with a knife to scare children. Probably.
With the Kung Fu Challenge match. So,
I'll say this, that trick-or-treat bit is something that could have easily been horrible, but Piper made it funny. Like, that should have been terrible, but Piper was so funny I didn't care.
But tonight, Morocco returns the favor, and as you see, they're discussing the...
Yeah, this was during the, hey, buddy. This was during the Ricky Steamboat Don Morocco feud. And now they're doing a Kung Fu challenge between Mr. Fuji and Ricky Steamboat. My man, Ricky.
one of the most important matches in your career. We know that Mr. Fuji.
Imagine a Halloween parody with Roddy Piper in the place of Michael Myers. Imagine a Halloween parody where Roddy Piper is fighting Michael Myers.
Look at this. It's got the strap right around his neck, Fuji has. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. There's no doubt these two have been disqualified. The referee gave that signal some time ago.
Keeping all of this in mind, Ricky Steamboat, what will be different in your match tonight?
Well, Gene, in the past, those men, Fuji Morocco, have only felt the physical person of Ricky Steamboat. But tonight, Fuji, you're going to feel your only fear, the dragon. The dragon. You remember that, Fuji? I see you out there. The dragon. I said enough.
The dragon. The dragon. You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of Chris Benoit's promo where he was like, Chris Benoit is for real. Chris Benoit is for real. And that he just kept saying it over and over. It's like, dude, do you have a point? Besides just yelling that you are real?
The dragon, Ricky Steamboat, ready to match his martial arts skills with those of Mr. Fuji.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Ricky's going to annihilate Fuji here. I mean, that's...
Here with Morocco on the outside, giving the advice, Jeff.
That's right. Let me tell you, Mr. Fuji's a martial arts champion in his own right, McMahon. And Steamboat jumping over the top rope and going into some karate stance is not about to psych out Mr. Fuji.
Well, no doubt Fuji's a veteran. I agree with you there. I don't think he's going to be psyched out. But once he experiences the physical prowess of Ricky Steamboat, I think maybe he's going to have second thoughts. All right, the bell is ready to begin the match. The magnificent Morocco on the outside of the squared circle, looking on as Mr. Fuji's manager, actually. So the rules are going to be a little different here in this matchup in the Kung Fu battle than we normally see in the squared circle.
What are the different rules? They didn't explain what the different rules were.
Kind of half-heartedly thrown. That one was thrown with a lot of thrust behind it. Also blocked. A kick that's blocked. Oh, wow, with a right hand, a chop. Look at this now. Fuji wound up. Elbow, series of the. Ooh, look at that.
Oh!
And this is all the dragon.
Yeah, Ricky is kind of going to run this thing pretty easily, I would think. Why exactly did Steamboat only go by the Dragon back in the early 90s? Because Vince said so. And Vince wanted to market him as like a new person without having to call him Ricky Steamboat, which is stupid. Did you know in Japan they had Jason Voorhees as a wrestler? I did not know that. That sounds hilarious.
I agree with you. That was a tremendous kick. Fuji. Well, the Dragon.
I did know about, yeah, I heard Richie Steamboat was actually really good, but the back injury halted his career, and that's a shame, but sometimes that happens.
Look at this. The Dragon now. With a series of elbows and kicks.
Yeah, Steamboat's pretty much just kicking Fuji's ass right here.
No, I guess not. Well, I guess Mr. Morocco is somewhat impressed thus far, as I guess all of us are. Fuji, the veteran, look, he's digging those fingers in now.
Whoa!
Incredible.
Fuji's in control now.
Mr. Fuji.
Well, you know, in the world of the martial arts, McMahon, it's not always the younger man that prevails.
Good point, Mr. Montero. Elbow to the back of the head now.
The old masters usually teach the young bucks where it's at.
On many occasions, that's true. And, nice back kick, crescent kick.
Is Fuji doing a suplex?
Fuji. Look at this, trying to send him up for a suplex.
Ricky reverses it.
Oh, yeah. Down to the canvas. The martial arts just one form of experience we see. That was an out-and-out wrestling maneuver performed by the jockey Ricky Steamboat Dragon, and I think perhaps he maybe has a little more well-rounded gifts.
What was your favorite year of WWE? I don't know if I have a favorite specific year, but my favorite eras are Rock and Wrestling and Attitude.
Fuji spins around. Oh, wow. What a drop kick. The cover, it's got to be over. 2 and 3.
And Steamboat just finished off Fuji. Well, at least they kept that. Oh, my God. Morocco just spit mist in Ricky's face, and it looks like blood.
But whatever it was, it sure rendered that dirty Steamboat helpless again.
Oh, look at that. Double team.
Yeah, I know, right? Jesse said the Young Bucks, and it's like they haven't even been born yet.
Steamboat won this match fair and square, and this is anything but fair and square.
This goes by one of my old standby rules. It's not how you play the game, it's whether you win or lose.
Well, this match is over, but the Fuji Steamboat rivalry I would suspect would continue on. Now, well, Jesse and I make our way.
Okay, that wasn't great, but at least they kept it short, and they got heat on the heels afterwards. So.
Back here along with the lovely Elizabeth. Have been spending the better part of the last hour trying to develop the intricacies of the pumpkin pass. Elizabeth, I think we might just show the folks how it's done.
Oh, is Gene Okerlund being a perv by playing pumpkin pass with Liz?
Something like that. We'll be back with the finals of the pumpkin pass.
Do people really care?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more of Saturday night's main event. And right now, we're just about ready for the final event. The special Pumpkin Pass Halloween competition. Now, earlier on, Jesse, you recall that Lou Albano's team won the pie-eating competition.
Well, that didn't surprise me a bit because Lou Albano is a big, fat, sloppy pig. I would expect him to win that, McMahon.
Yes,
Tajiri, Tajiri,
of course, the Bobby
Tajiri.
which was won by Bobby the Brain Heenan's team.
Yeah, of course, that was one Heenan's team because
Who is the best evil laugh, Kane or Ted DiBiase? Nobody beats Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase was just the man.
But nonetheless, gentlemen, are you ready?
Jason the Terrible. And they also had a Freddy Krueger and a Leatherface in Japan. Okay, I'll look him up because that sounds hilarious.
As far as you can. If you drop it, that's where the count of passes stops right there. Are you ready? You'll have 60 seconds. Junkyard Dog, are you ready? On your mark. Get set and go. Do that. All right, let's go. All right, pass now to Tito Santana.
Hey, wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Hey, they're covering up with their capes. They're getting their hands. You watch. Look at that. There's hands involved in there.
All right. Lou Albano now.
Okay, the problem I have with this is that you had the Hillbillies ready to kill Piper and Ventura earlier in the show, and now they're all at like a Halloween party and not trying to kill each other.
So let's take it over now to Bobby, the Brain Heenan's team. All right, Mean Gene, are you ready?
I gotta tell you, very impressive going through flying into the pumpkin pass, Captain Lou Albano's team. Jesse Ventura, come on in.
Let me say something right now, Mean Gene. We got a new late entry. Super Rod has arrived.
Piper is so psyched up for the goddamn pumpkin pass.
Wait just a minute now. We gotta get it.
The Rock wins all the pie eating contests.
All right, are you set? I'm set.
Why didn't Ted DiBiase Jr. go anywhere? He was a solid worker, and I think there's some cheating going on there.
What's going on?
Look at Piper. Jesus Christ. Oh, Liz dropped it.
Oh, they only made it through four. That means Captain Lou Albano's team is the victor in the pumpkin pass.
Well, I would suppose so. You look over there, you got hillbillies. They grow up sitting on pumpkins. They know all about pumpkins. What do you expect over there? Because I'll tell you what, you gotta watch it yourself, you little pumpkin. They're like to pass you.
I'm sorry. Apparently, it's the Macho Man.
The Big Boss Man's last match before he died was against Freddy Krueger. That sounds so 80s, like Big Boss Man versus Freddy Krueger.
All right, pumpkin passing, pie eating, and Piper's pig. Can't get any better than this, Jesse.
Well, let me tell you.
That's a lot of P's in there, Vince.
Jack
I
McMahon.
like the alliteration.
It could get a lot better than this. Me and Roddy Piper, we want those hillbillies in the ring right here on the next Saturday night main event. World Wrestling Federation, you listen up.
You call me a little pumpkin, Jesse Ventura. You're the last one to talk with those pheasant and peacock feathers all over your face.
Aren't I pretty?
Vince, I don't know about this guy.
I don't know about that either, but the hillbillies are going to know about it. Should you step into the ring?
Why was Ted and IRS a team? I don't know. It makes no sense. Why would the rich guy be paired up with the tax man? You'd think they'd be feuding.
I really had a good time, Jess. What about you?
Well, if that's your idea of a good time, I've sure had better ones.
Well, we're going to see you on the next Saturday night's main event.
Okay, so we are done with Saturday night's main event number 3. Good show overall. I had fun. I thought the tag match was a nice, like, special attraction match. I thought Funkin' JYD was a good match. And the Halloween stuff, like I said, it could have easily been stupid, but Piper, man, just fucking Piper. Like, my God, he made that shit work. And good on him. Do you think that John Cena deserves to break Ric Flair's record, let alone tie it? Because I don't. At this point, I don't really care if he does or not. I just want him to go away. Like, if they have to give him the 17 before he goes away, fine. I don't care. But yeah, I'm just getting caught up on your comments here. How cool would it be for Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt, and IRS to have Thanksgiving dinner all in character? That would be amazing. That's something I would pay to see. So, we're done with Saturday night's main event. We are done with Clash of Champions. I thought both shows were good. I thought both shows were entertaining, and for different reasons. The superstar like main event style tag matches were definitely major highlights. Good stream tonight, Patrick. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. I really like seeing Sting and Dusty Rhodes team up together. That was really cool to see. I thought the Fantastics and the Sheepherders had a good match. And I like the angle between Luger and Flair throughout the night on Clash of Champions. And like I said, Saturday night's main event, Roddy Piper should have gotten an MVP award for making that show work better than it had any right to. I love the PS4 menu theme in the background. Yeah, it adds a nice ambiance to everything, doesn't it? Bye, Patrick. Had a good time. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for listening. Thank you. All right. Sounds like everybody enjoyed the stream. Okay. So I think we're just going to wrap things up here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this Saturday night. I had fun once again, and I'm glad that I've turned this into a weekly thing. I think this is really fun. So I got to go take care of the cat. Like, Shadow is being such a little crybaby right now. So, all right. You all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all later.